Okie dokie. We're just about ready to go. Drink of choice today is a orange cream milkshake. Yep. It is a pretty damn good. Very good. I was gonna have it last week, but I didn't notice it on the menu. So I had it this week instead. Very, very good. How am I supposed to pay attention to cases when I'm drinking orange cream vanilla milkshake? What the hell? Okie doke. I don't really have any stories to tell at the beginning of this stream, I don't think. Other than, like, one little thing that I thought about, where I was curious if anyone else has experienced having, like, the shadow of a memory from your younger days. I have, like, bits and pieces of, like, a tune that I remember singing in kindergarten at one point. That was a while ago. Long while ago. Something went along the lines of, like, da 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 da. And I don't remember what the last part is. I got a few things like that. I've got some memories that I can think about, like, they're like super vivid memories that I have no right remembering. I like to tell people that my wake up memory, the memory of when my brain woke up and I was a person all of a sudden. I remember I was sitting in my parents' living room with, like, one of those play kitchens, those plastic play kitchens, and we were watching Chicken Run on VHS. That is my wake up memory. I also have, like, a very vivid memory of when I had been less than kindergarten age. I had to have been like 4 or 3 even. When we were crossing the country to live in the Midwest from the West Coast. So we were moving from Washington to Missouri, driving the entire way. And I have a very vivid memory of my dad communicating with my uncle who was in the car ahead of us over walkie-talkies. And I remember them marveling over the fact that cruise control was so amazing because it even maintained your speed whether you were going up or downhill, so it would rev the engine up or down appropriately, and they were amazed with that concept. Thinking back on it, it's like super goofy. But alright, today we are finishing this case. We did half the case last week, defending Edgeworth from the claimed murder of a man by Edgeworth, and we are going to prove him innocent today. There's also a bunch of other stuff that happened that we're actually going to take a look at because I want to make sure that I remember most of everything. So we're actually going to ignore everything going on here. Sorry, Judge, could you allow me to check the court record so that I can remember what the hell is going on? So let's see. Lotta's camera is set to automatically take a picture when a loud noise is detected. This took a picture when a man was shot. Oh, I've got profiles too. Oh my gosh, I've never taken a look at this. We've got so much garbage. This is the guy who's going to be the witness today. We're going to shut him the hell down. We're going to get the guilty verdict. What the hell is this freaking picture of Manfred von Karma? Oh my gosh, it's got front-facing bird vibes to it. Hasn't lost a case in his 40-year career. How many cases are you doing a day? Like, if you were doing one case a day, and let's just assume that every case lasts, every case lasts 3 days. Let's take a look here. Let's get out our calculators. Let's get our calcs out, ladies and gents. That's short for calculator, by the way. So 365 divided by roughly 3. So minimum, if he was doing one case at a time, minimum he would be doing 121 cases per year. So you multiply that by not 4 times 40. He's won 4,866 cases and he never lost. Well, Manfred von Karma, you're gonna get your ass kicked today. Is this the... Oh, this is the victim. Okay, he was the defense attorney in the DL6 incident, which is the case in which Edgelord's dad died. He got killed in an elevator. Remember that? There was an earthquake. Edgeworth is terrified of elevators and earthquakes now. And the new information that we got from our investigation. First off, we heard 2 gunshots. And that's really important because we know that the gun has fired 3 times. That's right. Edgeworth and his dad, or well, his dad did die. Edgeworth and the guy who killed Edgeworth's dad almost died from a lack of O2, and the guy also may have been brain damaged. Acute Ferret, thank you very much. Did the bird say anything? No, bird only answered to Polly, but the parrot knows about DL6. And I can check on the file for the DL6 incident. Aaron, elevator was oxygen depleted at the time of the incident. Trapped in elevator, returning from a lost trial with son. Miles Edgeworth, age 9. 1 bullet found in the heart. The murder weapon was fired twice. And Yanni Yogi was the suspect. He was a court bailiff, and he had been trapped in the elevator with the Edgeworths. He has memory loss and oxygen deprivation. And after his arrest, fiance Polly Jenkins, which is the name of his parrot, committed suicide. What? Why? Oh, the ads, don't worry. I'm like don't worry. I'm fixing up to make sure that nothing starts happening until I'm working my way towards it, so you don't miss too much. And we got this photograph of the murder. There's Edgeworth Sr. and a bullet hole in the glass. I have a pretty good feeling where this is gonna go. I have a pretty good feeling where this is gonna go, because we now have enough information to prove that Edgeworth definitely did not kill what's his head, Hammond. He definitely didn't kill Hammond. We have proof. They're never gonna prove that he actually did it. This is all me. Von Karma, count your days, son. Let me get another sip of my orange cream. Nom 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 nom. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth. You think that... you think that... Alto. Frick's sake. Judge didn't do it. Look at him. You can never kill a man. Mmm, yummy. Egg. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well, apparently the prosecution is also ready. He could kill with that beard, nuh-uh. Nah, he's Santa Claus. Who is that? Who's the judge here, anyway? Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement. Very well, no opening statements, so...
Not so fast, Judge. I was taking a meaningful pause before speaking.
Right, of course.
A prediction. Today's trial will end 3 minutes from now.
Shut your ass up. No, it won't.
Order! Order! Mr. Von Karma, what is the meaning of your statement just now? Must you question everything? It will be over in 3 minutes. We have no time to waste. I'll call my witness now.
Right.
I call my witness, my decisive witness, to the stand.
It's that mysterious boat shop owner. Ah, this freaking sleepy bitch.
Witness, state your profession.
Shut up, Alto.
I am the proprietor of the restaurant, the Wet Noodle at Gourd Lake. Fuck. And I also rent boats. And I dubbed the incident. You were in. Thank you for the follow, Jacob Spencer 004. Thank you very much. The night of the incident, you were at the boat rental shop, correct? Yep, I was. Please testify.
Wait a second. We still haven't heard who this old guy is. Yeah, who is this old guy? Who is he? Wait a minute. The witness hasn't stated his name yet.
Because I did not ask him, Mr. Wright. I have predicted this trial will end in 3 minutes. No. Stop asking trivial questions and cooperate.
Yeah, right.
The witness will state his name. Well, I'm not really sure. Yep. What do you mean?
Memory.
Your Honor, the witness does not remember anything beyond the last several years. Ergo, he cannot recall his own name. You can't recall, you say? Yes, but the incident in question took place 3 days ago. He can testify. Very well. Let's hear his testimony then, shall we? Witness.
Just keep pressing so it goes over 3 minutes. So I'm like, ha! No, I just hold the screen right here for 3 minutes. I got you, Von Karma. Phoenix Wright sitting over here with his orange vanilla milkshakes, slowly sipping it, not letting the witness testify, looking directly into Von Karma's eyes. Just, I wish I could get more of a slurp on my straw, but all you get is me moaning into the microphone. I'm sorry.
It was the night of the 24th, just after midnight, yep. I was in the restaurant where I rent boats as usual. And I heard a bang, yep. When I looked out the window, I saw a boat just afloat on the lake. Then I heard another bang. Just about then, the boat came back to shore and a man walks by my window. Very well. I'd like to begin the cross-examination.
No. 3 minutes have already passed.
There's nothing to question in my witness's testimony. Ergo, no need for cross-examination. Besides, there are only 10 seconds left before our 3 minutes are up. Judge, your verdict now. Yes. Mr. Wright?
I'm gonna cross-examine him. What the hell? Shut the fuck up. What are you saying? Of course I'll cross-examine the witness.
Very well, you may begin. Excuse me, Mr. Von Karma. 3 minutes just passed. I see. Well then, let's just take our time. You may cross-examine the witness.
Alto, don't tell me to don't. I already did it. Boop, boop. Where I rent boats, as usual. Then I heard a bang. I saw a boat just floating on the lake. Then I heard another bang. Yep. The thing is, I press on this, then he's like... If I press on this one, guaranteed Phoenix goes, "Are you sure that it was Edgeworth?" And then Von Karma is like,
"Shut your ass down."
Like,
of course it was him.
Jeez. That's like the one guaranteed fact. Is there anyone who can verify that?
Well, I guess Polly could.
That's not good enough for a court of law.
That's right. Exactly what's not good enough.
Your Honor, this Polly is a parrot.
A parrot? Don't be so hard on the girl, Keithy boy. Keith. Prosecution concedes that we cannot prove the witness was in the shop. Witness, please continue.
None of the testimony actually means Edgeworth did it. Technically, yeah, but, like, we're working on assumptions here. Are you sure? Was there someone in the boat?
It was pretty far out there. I couldn't see clearly. But I figured there was 2 men out there. Yep.
But you couldn't see them clearly?
Yep. At the time, that is.
At the time? Then I heard... What? Then you heard another bang, yeah? Like, what would I have to question about the other bang, or any of the bangs? By your window?
Yep, by my window. Outside the window of my little shack.
And could you see the man's face?
Well, the fog was pretty darn thick, but he was right there in front of me. I saw him. This is rather important detail. Please add it to your testimony. Tisk, tisk, tisk.
I have a bad feeling about this. That man was the defendant. He was saying, "I can't believe he's dead." Are you sure? Uh-oh. Dad?
Dead certain, Keith! He said I can't believe he's dead as he was walking by, too! Witness, are you sure that the person you saw was Miles Edgeworth? It was him! That's Edgeworth, boy! Wow, fuck. This sounds like decisive evidence indeed. I see no room for doubt.
Von Karma. She lured me into cross-examining so he could set me up for a fall. Nick! I don't like the way things are going here. Everyone in the courtroom is glaring at us. I better act quick, or this trial's gonna be over. God freaking damn it. I freaking hate this game sometimes. Because 9 times out of 10, it'll be raise an objection. But I don't know what that objection is going to be. Phoenix could say something stupid. and then wait and see what happens. 9 times out of 10 will just end with a game over. Because raising an objection, freaking bitch ass is gonna make a fool out of me. But it'll be funny. He regularly says something stupid. 9 times out of 10, also, he says something stupid. Your Honor, we proved in yesterday's trial that it could not have been Edgeworth who fired that gun.
Mr. Wright, are you referring to the fingerprints from Edgeworth's right hand found on the gun, and the photograph showing a man firing with his left hand?
Exactly. We did that. We did do that.
That is easily explainable. He could have wiped his prints after he fired. You are ignoring the truth of the matter here. Everything in this witness's testimony is true.
Judge is lost in thought. What should I do? Is it like... That's stupid, though. If he wiped his prints, why would he then carry the gun in his ungloved hand? It doesn't look gloved. Your Honor, this witness claims that Edgeworth said, I can't believe he's dead. But his word is all we have. If he were telling a lie...
Mr. Wright, in a court of law, the evidence tells all. Apparently, you have yet to realize even this basic fact. If you say his testimony is a lie, show us proof.
Nick, do we have evidence?
It's no good. There's nothing I can do.
Are you sure?
To be honest, I don't know what to do anymore.
Please, can you hear me, sis? Please, we need your help. Nick needs you.
"3 minutes was perhaps too high in expectation. However, 15 minutes isn't bad. This must be a new record." Enough! The witness may leave the stand. This court sees no reason to further prolong the trial, nor is there any need for more time to decide the case against the defendant. This case is extremely clear. I see no room for misinterpretation of the facts.
What? No.
This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. The accused will surrender to the court immediately, to be held pending trial in the higher court within a month from today's date. That is all. This court is adjourned.
Wait!
Who was that just now?
Me, huh? Who? What? Larry!
What are you doing here?
Listen, you gotta listen to me. I was there in the park the night of the murder. I wasn't sure about it until yesterday. But today I remembered it.
Remember what?
The gunshot. I heard it too.
Order! Order!
Would he not be dragged out of the court on contempt of court?
What is the meaning of this? Verdict has been decided. I call for adjournment. One moment, Mr. Montcalm. So you say you heard the gunshot?
Yeah, I did. A gunshot that night. I was sitting here in the audience listening to testimony. Then I realized something he said was different from what I remember. Anyhow, I can't just sit here and let you call Edgy a murderer. It's just not right. I'll testify. Let me testify.
All right, sounds good enough to me. I'm kind of loose on the agenda right now. I got time. Well, the first time something has happened like this in my court.
Larry acts like if Shaggy wasn't cool.
not quite sure how to proceed. This very uncool-looking guy just came in here. Judge, you've already made your decision. The trial is over.
Nick! This is it! Larry's giving us one final chance at this.
She's right. If only it wasn't Larry. He could make things even worse.
Mr. Edgeworth was just declared guilty, Nick. Doesn't get any worse.
You're right. Okay. Your Honor, if there is another witness, it is our duty to hear him speak. Right here, right now.
A waste of time. The verdict cannot be overturned.
I'm pretty sure the judge decides that, my dude.
Allow me to speak my opinion. In all court proceedings, it is our duty to prevent an inaccurate verdict. In order to make sure no mistake has been made, every witness should be heard. What is this? I withdraw my previous verdict of guilty. Mr. Von Karma, I order you to call this new witness to testify. Now!
What?
The court will adjourn for 5-minute recess. After that, we will hear this new witness. Court is adjourned. Please make sure that you remember to throw out your orange peels after recess.
Whew. That was too close. Sorry to keep you on the edge of your seat like that, Edgeworth.
I've seen worse.
Yeah, right, Edgeworth. You're sweating bullets. You can't see them because they didn't draw you a second time. I just wonder what Larry plans to say in there.
Larry was at the lake that night?
Yeah. He said he went looking for the steel samurai balloon that flew into the lake.
Oh, right! And he found the balloon in the air tank that night?
Yeah. Hey, Edgeworth.
Huh? You say something right?
Yeah, a lot of things. Seem out of it. What's wrong?
It's nothing.
Mr. Edgeworth, there's something I've been meaning to ask you.
What's that?
Why are your fingerprints on the murder weapon?
Oh. Sploosh. When he fell into the lake, I went into a daze. I couldn't understand what had happened. I couldn't think straight. Then I saw the pistol lying on the floor of a boat in front of me. I picked it up without thinking. I didn't have a reason, really.
I see.
Right. Yeah? This might be our chance.
Our chance?
Von Karma has only ever run perfect trials.
Perfect trials?
Perfectly prepared witnesses, perfectly complete evidence. That's the secret to his success. This is the first time he's ever had to deal with something unexpected. He has to let someone he hasn't even talked to testify before the court. And that someone is Larry.
What are you getting at?
It's likely his testimony will be full of holes, right?
That's right, Nick. No 10-minute trial this time. We'll make this one for all it's worth.
Hey, it was 15 minutes. 15! Everything's on Larry now. December 27th. Very much after Christmas. I still find it whack that the accused don't testify. For real. I guess just in this version of like the justice system, they don't trust the accused not to lie at fucking all. They're just like, no, anything they say will be a lie. 100%. They're trying to get out of it.
Court is now back in session. Witness, please testify to the court about everything that you saw on the night of December 24th.
Right, leave it to me. Please, Larry, don't mess this one up. I hate to admit it, but you're our last chance. Von Karma didn't even have time to prep his witness. I just hope Edgeworth is right about this being our big break. Hell yeah, Larry Butts, let's go. That night, I was out in a boat on a lake. I was looking for something, and I found it. So I quietly slipped the boat back at the rental shop dock. And then, just as I was thinking about going home, I heard this bang. I looked out over the lake, but I didn't see a boat. So after I heard that single gunshot, I went home. Oh man, his testimony. I don't have to press him on shit. that was an unusually vague testimony, even for this court. In any case, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor.
What's wrong, Nick?
It's Larry. I have no idea what he's gonna say if I press him. I'm a little scared.
Well, we come this far. There's no way to go but forward, Nick.
Yeah, that's the point of the prosecutor, to put holes in the defendant's testimony. Yeah, but apparently I'm supposed to do all the cross-examinations. For frick's sake. Looking for something, so I quietly slipped the block. I don't need to specify what was, because he's vague about what he was looking for. Didn't see a boat, so after I heard the single gunshot, I went home. There it is, cool. Let's go. Objection, you son of a bitch. Wait a sec, Larry. What? You only heard one bang? You're sure? That's what I said. But Miss Lotta Hart testified yesterday that she heard 2 bangs. And the old man just now said the same thing. They both heard 2 gunshots that night. Huh? Were you even listening? Were you paying attention at all to what they said? Yo, Nick, please. Huh? You know, something's been bothering me. I'm a witness, see? I'm like a customer here. So you gotta treat me nice and stuff, okay?
Mr. Butts,
What?
you only heard 1 gunshot? Are you sure?
Muffin, why is Butts son? He isn't! Shut up, Diode. Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not sure. Not sure? How could you not be sure? Yeah, well, I might have missed the other gunshot. I was, listening to something else. Something else? My radio, dude, with my headphones. What?
Order! Order! And stop that booing! Mr. Butts, you were listening to the radio with your headphones?
Yeah, so what? That a crime? I listened to my radio. Everyone listened to the radio. What's the big deal?
Mr. Von Karma, your opinion? Waste of time. I do not accept this witness nor his shoddy testimony. Well, Mr. Wright, should he continue the testimony?
I think he should. I don't know. Because this is misleading dialogue. If I say that's enough, Phoenix might be like, that's all the proof we need. Or something stupid like that. Your Honor, please allow the witness to continue his testimony.
Bah! Nothing is more pitiful than a lawyer who doesn't know when he's lost. Very well, Mr. Butts. Please give your testimony. Be sure to include details like your radio.
Right, leave it to me. I wonder if there was any other way out of this, believe me. It's lonely being alone on Christmas Eve. That's why I was listening to an all-request show on the radio, see? I was listening to it real booming loud, like. But I'm sure I heard that gunshot. I remember exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard it, too.
You were listening to your radio at high volume? Don't you know how bad that is for your ears?
Yeah, what's the big problem? Can't a man listen to his radio in peace? Isn't this a free country? I truly believe Larry has no idea what the problem here is.
Judge, can you believe a word this witness says? what he heard was probably nothing more than a drum beat from a radio. True enough, it is difficult to believe this testimony.
Wait, Your Honor. The witness said he remembers exactly what the DJ said when he heard the gunshot.
Excuse me? DJ?
An announcer. The guy who says things on the radio. Anyway, what this means is when he heard the sound, no music was playing. The DJ only talks between songs, so he could have heard the gunshot from the lake. I'd like to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor.
Very well, Mr. Wright. Goddamn, he looks so confident, so blue, so spiky.
That's why I was listening to Hatsune Miku on the radio. God dang. What did he say? What did she say?
Mr. Wright, please cease these pointless questions. What possible good could knowing what a radio DJ said do us? Indeed, Mr. Von Karma has a point. I'll allow the question only if you see some reason why we should care.
We should care. We should care, Your Honor. Of course we should.
Why?
Well, how do you know if we don't ask, huh?
Fine, very well. Good enough for me. Mr. Butts, please testify to the court. What was the radio announcer saying when you heard the gunshot?
Just then, she said, "Hey, it's almost Christmas. I heard the gunshot." Are you sure? Of course I am. She had this real sexy voice. God damn it. Was she a model? Maybe Von Karma was right. I'm not sure how this helped us all. This is the most ludicrous testimony I've ever heard. But there is one gleaming ray of hope in there. We've got to press it until we get to the bottom of what happened. Oh, I need to press more. Do I need to press more? So you turn on the radio? Right. I just wanted to hear someone's voice, you know? You don't know what it's like out there, alone, on Christmas Eve, alone. I shouldn't have said anything. What did you request? What song did you request? Is this one of those situations where multiple evidence would count because it technically all leads to the same thing? Because as we know, almost Christmas isn't Christmas. Oh, come on. That totally should count. It's an empty lake. It coincides. Shut up, Judge. You don't know what you're talking about. You're a bitch. I need to find... Minus 1 trillion points. I did press it. I pressed it already. I pressed this one. Man. Yeah, I just said, are you sure? She has a sexy voice. Duh. I was listening to it real booming loud. I'm sure I heard a gunshot. I remember what they were saying. Then this. Let him cook. Let him cook. There we go. I did the wrong picture. Larry, are you absolutely sure you're correct? What you're saying is correct? Huh? What's with the face? You look scary, dude. Hey, if you're trying to scare me, you better know I don't scare that easy.
Something the matter, Mr. Wright?
Your Honor, did you hear what the witness just said? The DJ said, "Hey, it's almost Christmas," when he heard the gunshot.
Indeed, and?
Almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas. Do you realize what this means? When he heard the gunshot, it was still Christmas Eve.
That would seem to be the case, yes.
But he should have heard the gunshot after midnight. This photograph is irrefutable proof of this fact. Let's see what the time was on the photo taken when the gun triggered Miss Hart's camera.
12:25, 15. 15 minutes after midnight on Christmas Day?
This is a clear contradiction, Your Honor.
Order! Order! What does this mean? The two prior witnesses heard gunshots after midnight. However, this witness says he heard a gunshot before midnight. Judge, the answer is simple. The current witness is plainly mistaken. Just look at him. Suspicious.
What?
Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think about Mr. Butt's claim he heard a gunshot before midnight?
Larry's right. Larry's not mistaken, Your Honor. He heard that gunshot before midnight.
Intriguing. I'm assuming you have evidence for this wild claim. Show me evidence there was a gunshot before midnight.
I almost presented my badge on accident. There were 3 gunshots. Is there more? Oh! This is the picture. This is the other picture. Look at this photograph. Every time it makes me laugh. This was taken by our witness yesterday, Miss Lotta Hart, with her automatic camera. The timestamp on the photo reads December 24th, 11:50 p.m.
Oh? But there's nothing on the lake in this picture.
Your Honor, the real issue here is not why nothing is shown in this photograph. It is why this photograph exists at all.
What do you mean?
Your Honor, this photograph was taken by an automatic camera. That camera was set to go off in response to loud noises.
Aha!
Correct. There was a loud noise on the lake at 11:50 p.m. That is why this photograph was taken. In other words, when Larry heard that gunshot, it was most definitely still Christmas Eve.
Indeed, it would seem that is the case. Then, where does that leave us? Mrs. Hart testified that she heard the gunshots after midnight. Are you claiming she was mistaken?
Not at all, Your Honor. Shake on my head. It is a fact that the camera also triggered at 15 minutes after midnight. Your Honor, that night there were 2 sets of gunshots with a 25-minute pause between them.
Why would this be? Don't be fooled, Judge. That camera was set to respond to loud noises. Yes? No. There's no proof that the loud noise at 11:50 was a gunshot. Why, the witness would have sneezed, triggering the camera.
Hey, my nose was clear that night, man. Clear!
Well, Mr. Wright, there's no turning back now. Can you prove that the loud noise at 11:50 p.m. was indeed a gunshot? Please show the court evidence if you have any.
Ha! This is my evidence.
The murder weapon?
Something about this pistol is bothering me, Your Honor. Both of the witnesses who testified yesterday heard 2 gunshots. However, the murder weapon was fired 3 times. When then was the last shot fired? Only now have I realized the truth. That 3rd shot was the shot Larry heard just before midnight.
Order! Order! You should not be this excited about this, Jesus. That would make sense of the evidence we've seen so far. However, this leaves me wondering exactly what did happen that night on the lake. Exactly. If this is true, there were 2 sets of gunshots separated by 25 minutes. One at 11:50 and another at 15 minutes after midnight. Why, I ask you? Why?
Uh-oh, I better think of something quick. Wait a second. Gunshots separated by 25 minutes. Ah!
What's wrong, Nick?
I have it! I have it!
Huh?
Remember the case with the Seal Samurai?
Huh? Yeah, of course I remember.
The murder in this case had the same idea as the murder in that case.
What do you mean?
Maya,
Yes?
if we don't figure this out now, we'll never overturn Edgeworth's guilty verdict. I've got a hunch, and I'm gonna run with it.
Right. I mean, is this safe?
Safe? We've already gotten a guilty verdict. We have nothing to lose. You just watch and let me know if I say something that sounds fishy, okay?
Right, Nick.
Your Honor,
Yes, Mr. Wright?
the testimony just now has cleared up this entire case.
What do you mean, Mr. Wright?
So you finally realize the truth? There can be no other murderer here than Miles Edgeworth himself.
No. Wrong, Von Karma, fuck you. A man was shot that night, but it wasn't Edgeworth who did the shooting.
No. Listen, rookie. Take a deep breath and consider the facts. At the time of the murder, one boat was on that lake. This was shown by the witness's photograph. The defendant, Edgeworth, and the victim, Robert Hammond, were on that boat. Bang. There was a gunshot fired on that boat, and Robert Hammond fell into that lake. The distance of the shooting was 1 meter. It couldn't have been suicide. Well, the guilty party has to be the other man on that boat.
I admit it's hard to imagine any other possibility.
Yes, but this assumes that the victim was shot at 15 minutes after midnight.
What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright?
We have photographic evidence of the time of the shooting. The timestamp on the photo says 0:15. But Larry heard a gunshot 25 minutes before that. Robert Hammond was killed then, 25 minutes before the shot on the lake. That's the only way that Edgeworth could be innocent.
Mr. Wright, are you quite mad?
Explain who the two men on the boat were. Edgeworth and the murderer. Of course it was Edgeworth and the murderer. After the murderer killed Robert Hammond at 11:50, he assumed the guise of Mr. Hammond and met Edgeworth.
Oh, what? Are you serious?
Yes. Why are you always so surprised, man? Edgeworth won't tell us why he went to the lake that night. However, I have a hunch. That night, Robert Hammond called Edgeworth to the lake. Now, Edgeworth didn't know Robert Hammond's face that well. That's why he didn't suspect anything when the murderer took Robert Hammond's place.
I'm not sure what to make of all this. Ludicrous. Mr. Wright, tell us the name of the murderer then.
The murderer's name? Right. It's... I don't fucking know. Actually, I don't know the murderer's name.
You don't know? Again, you waste my time.
I don't know because he never told us. The murderer is the caretaker of the boat shop. That old man. At 11:50, he was the one who killed Robert Hammond.
The caretaker of the boat shop? Where did he do this? There wasn't any boats on the lake then.
Why would he have to go all the way out to the lake just to shoot someone? May I suggest that the real scene of the crime was not on a boat?
What? Well then, where did the murder take place?
Show the judge where the murder really took place. In the house, right here. Here, of course, the boat shop where he lives. That way he could meet with the victim without anybody seeing.
Do you have proof that the boat shop was the scene of the crime?
Do you have any proof that it's not? I'm pretty sure that's how we operate here. Recall Larry's testimony, if you will. Hey, look at that. His little boat going crazy. That night he was out on the lake in a boat, searching for something. He finds it, returns to the boat. Then, just as he's starting to head off for home, hears a gunshot. He heard a gunshot, Your Honor, even though he was wearing headphones at the time. In other words, the gunshot was very, very close by. And where would that be if he had just returned a boat?
The boat shop.
Sorry, I needed ice cream.
Mr. Wright, what happened that night on Gourd Lake? Please tell the court from the beginning.
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you sure about this?
Not really. But I think if I start at the very beginning, and I take it slow, I might just be able to figure this out. That night, oh my gosh, I am testifying. That night, the caretaker of the boat shop called Robert Hammond to his shop. Bang! This was around 11:50. That was when the gunshot the layer heard was fired. After that, the caretaker put on Robert Hammond's coat. He became Robert Hammond. Then he got on the boat with Edgeworth and went out into the middle of the lake.
Then who fired the pistol on the boat, Mr. Wright?
Boat shop caretaker. Of course, it was the murderer who shot the pistol. He shot twice. Both missed Edgeworth on purpose. Look at that freaking... That does not look like the old man, like, at all. His face is way too big. That is not him. That's what they're gonna get me on.
Wait a minute.
Yes, he's locked in. You know what? Maybe he's got freaking Jim Carrey face where his individual muscles shift in order to form an entirely new face when he's in murder mode.
Why would he shoot twice if he didn't mean to hit anyone?
Details. Jeez, it isn't obvious.
Know this, Mr. Wright. The moment you run out of explanations is the moment you lose. Tell us why the murderer had to fire twice.
To create a witness. I believe he shot twice to create a witness, Your Honor.
Create a witness?
The murderer lifts his pistol and fires one shot. That ensures that anyone who heard the shot would look at the lake. Indeed, Miss Hart did exactly that after hearing the first gunshot. Next, the murderer waits a bit and he fires again. Then... the murderer jumps from the boat himself, leaving the pistol in the boat behind him.
I see. To someone looking from the edge of the lake, it would appear that one of the men on the boat had shot the other.
The murderer didn't know about the automatic camera, of course. That's why he shot twice, to draw the attention of the boat. Once you realize that, everything else falls into place. The boat shop caretaker swam back to his shop. Then he put Mr. Hammond's wet coat back on his body and threw the body into the lake. This is what happened, Your Honor. These are the events that transpired that night on Gourd Lake on Not Christmas.
Bailiff, bring out the witness from before. The boat shop caretaker, quickly.
Oh, hell yeah, let's go.
Very well. While we are waiting for the caretaker, I would like to ask the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, a few questions. Mr. Edgeworth, please take the stand.
Hey, there he is. It's my little red boy.
Mr. Edgeworth, you heard what the defense has said?
Yes.
Well, why did you go to the lake that night?
What Wright has said was mostly correct. Astonishingly so, actually. Yes. Several days ago, I received a letter. The letter was signed Robert Hammond. He asked me to come to the boat shop by the lake at midnight on Christmas Eve. He said he had something very important to discuss with me.
Something important?
I'm sorry, I can't say what it was.
Your Honor, sir.
Bailiff, we are conducting a trial here. I ask that you remain quiet.
The witness has disappeared. He isn't on the boat shop either.
What?
What should I do?
Find him, quickly. We cannot allow him to get away.
Frickin' bitch ass. Is it legal to flirt with the defendant?
Mr. Von Karma, your witness has disappeared.
A search warrant has already been issued.
It goes without saying that I cannot declare a verdict under these circumstances. I'll extend the trial until tomorrow, the final day allowed. I request that the police department utilize all of its forces to find that witness. Am I understood? One more thing. Just who is that boat shop caretaker? I think his identity has become very important to this trial. I want him, and I want to know who he is. Very well. Court is adjourned.
Blip. Blip.
Yay, Nick, you did it!
Yeah. Well, at least we got out from under that guilty verdict.
What about Larry? That was something else.
I mean, you could have told him who the witness is? No, I couldn't. I literally don't know his name. Nobody knows his name. No one. We established that no one knows his name because he didn't tell us and nobody knew it. His name is Mr. Boat. Mr. Noodle Shop. It's in the Oh, well, I mean, I figure that's who it is, but I can't. I'm not Phoenix. I know it. He doesn't. He's not gonna pull that out of his ass. Okay. Even Von Karma didn't know what to do with his testimony.
Larry really helped us out.
Sure, once I sifted through his unique testimony. Still, he did save us. I just wish our cases weren't so down to the wire all the time.
I know what you mean. Sometimes I feel like it's us on trial instead of our clients.
Hey, Edgeworth. Right on cue, Dio.
Mr. Edgeworth?
Did you say something?
You look so pained. I mean, it looks like you're probably going to get off the hook. You could try to smile just a little. Relax.
I'm sorry, but I fear it's not over for me yet.
What do you mean?
Right. There's something that's been troubling me for a long time now, and I don't know whether or not to tell you.
Edgeworth?
No, there's so little time left. I want to tell you, to get it off my chest, but... I can't make up my mind.
What is this about, Edgeworth?
It's a nightmare I've had. A memory of a crime that I committed.
A crime you committed?
A memory of a murder.
Stop edging us, edgy boy, Jesus. To be continued right freaking now. Hello, Maya.
What was Mr. Edgeworth talking about?
A memory of a crime that I committed. A memory of a murder. I shooted my daddy.
Do you think Mr. Edgeworth killed?
I don't believe it. Not Edgeworth. Some painful memory has been troubling him recently, but he'd never take someone's life. Never!
Nick!
Yo, how's everyone doing? What do you think of my performance today? I had him swooning in the aisles, huh, Maya?
It's swooning? Me? Oh yes, I do remember feeling faint.
Right on. Tell me the truth. It was like love at first sight, right? Need I remind you? 17. Shut up, Butts. Me? Well, my heart skipped a beat or two. Guilty. I think you could do better than that. Come on, I saved Edgeworth in there, dude. Edgy, you guys should be bowing before me. Yeah, bow before your hero. Oh, do I have to talk to you today? Larry, you really helped out in the trial today.
You did! If you weren't there, Larry, I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth would have been found guilty.
He was already found guilty. But seriously, Nick. But I just saw your message get freaking deleted, and I had to add it back into the chat because my auto mod is kind of borked right now. It changed since I streamed like a year ago. It just randomly started not letting people say the word bitch. Alright, well, that boat shop caretaker guy is pretty suspicious, but Edgy ain't off the hook yet.
Way to spoil the mood, Larry.
Hey, I'm just a guy sitting in the audience, you know? But from where I was sitting, Edgy seemed pretty edgy. I mean, can you really know he's telling the truth about that night?
Nick?
I don't know. But what I do know is, I'm going to believe in you two until the end. Us two?
Edgeworth and who else? You mean me, right?
Nah, he means me, right, Nick? Yeah, you, Larry.
Not me? But why you, Larry?
Huh? Actually, yeah. Why me, Nick?
Enough with the silent treatment.
Because I'm gay, Maya. I only love men. Diode, she's 17. That's the biggest reason. That's the biggerest reason. I've been saying it since when? Was it Turnabout Samurai that I started saying it? Why is she working in a courtroom at 17? She's working as my assistant, technically like my my secretary, I guess, because she's the sister of my previous boss who is dead, who she was being accused of murdering. It's a very complicated situation. And yes, everyone in this room has been accused of murder. You are guilt-tripping her into child labor. I've never guilt-tripped anybody. Also, she sometimes transforms into her older sister. She, like, projects her older sister's spirit. And it's very funny. And very weird. Nick didn't have a choice. Do you know how much money this girl costs in hamburgers? Freaking $80 a month. Okay, let's move on.
Why do you trust Mr. Edgeworth so much? I mean, he's changed recently, true. But when we first met him, he was kind of a jerk, don't you think?
You didn't know him back then. Back when he wanted to become a defense attorney.
Wait, was that when you two were classmates?
Yeah, in grade school. They saved me, Miles and Larry. They saved me and I'll never forget it. That's why I became a defense attorney, you know?
What? Hey, Larry, what's he talking about?
Huh? Sorry, I kind of forgot.
Okay, Nick, out with it. I'm gonna hear this story today, and that's final!
Okay. It's kind of a long story, so hang in there. It was the very end of 3rd grade. I was on trial. A class trial.
A class trial?
Yeah, no, let's get out of here. Just leave without talking about it. You remember, Larry, spring, end of 3rd grade. A kid in our class got his lunch money stolen.
Lunch money?
Our school was really small. Every month, kids would bring in an envelope with money for lunch from home.
Huh, I see.
Anyway, this kid's envelope disappeared, with $38 still inside. What? $38? Was that for the week? Back in, let's see, 2016, how old is Phoenix? He's... Oh, wait, I can actually check that. I can actually check how old, because I'm the same age as Edgeworth. So, 9 years old. Yeah, 15 years. 15 years. The year is 2016. So 2001. 2001, $38 for lunch money? It cost like, well, I remember a school lunch costing like $1 or $2. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe $1.50. Fuck. No. Wait. No, shit. I'm being way too generous. It was like $3.50. Alright. Now that you mention it, I do remember that. I can see why'd you'd forget, though. You were out of school that day. Anyway, the envelope had been stolen during PE class. I was coming down with a cold, so I skipped PE that day. I was the only one not in class.
So they thought you did it?
Yeah, the kids in class said I should be put on trial.
Trial?
So the next day we held a classroom trial with me as the defendant. I didn't do it. Freaking the judge shows up and he's like, "You're fuck, you bet your ass you did."
Guilty. He did it. Guilty. It was you. Give the money back. You're such a meanie. No one play with him. Just admit you did it. You can't hide the truth. Tell us the truth. We're not gonna play with you anymore. Yeah, no borrowing my razor. You should be allowed in the relay race or in the library committee. Give me back the 50 cents I loaned you. Hey, did you rob that bank the other day?
What?
Now, Phoenix, you know you shouldn't steal people's money. It's not right.
Yeah, the judge was all of those children. In the end, even the teacher thought I'd done it. Go over there and apologize, Phoenix. I didn't know what was happening. I was so sad. I couldn't stop crying. Everyone was staring at me like I'd done it. I tried to apologize. I went to where the boy whose money had been stolen was sitting. That's when it happened.
Objection! He shouldn't have to apologize. The only thing that belongs in a trial is evidence. Anyone else has no place. You should all be ashamed, amateurs. Miles?
Ah!
It wasn't you who stole my money, was it? No. Then you shouldn't apologize. Everyone's been shouting you did it, but no one has any proof. That is why, Your Honor, this boy is innocent.
But Miles, it was your money that was stolen.
Yeah, he did it. We don't need proof. We're gonna say he's sorry.
Why don't you all just shut up?
Oh, this is Larry. This is how it is. This is how it always is. Everyone ganging up and picking up on one person. Just think how he feels. He says he didn't do it, so he didn't do it. Fuck. The judge is ruining my throat.
Very well. I will replace the money myself. This class trial is over.
That's not how it goes. It has to be me, unless you can pin it on somebody else. What? I thought we were playing Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. What? That's how it happened. Miles took the money. No, that's before the law changes. Edgeworth took his own money. After that, the three of us were best friends. I swear, if it turns out at the end of this that, like, the bad guy who killed Miles's dad is just like, and by the way, I stole your $38 too. And Edgeworth is like, you son of a bitch! And fucking strangles him to death. Yeah, I had no idea either. I mean, I forgot. The whole point is the DL6 incident was on the old laws. Oh, right. Because they were like, well, you didn't do it, so they actually got him out. They did. They got the defendant out without finding out who actually did it. When there were two people in the room, and one of them was a 9-year-old child. That's when I learned what it meant to be alone. Totally alone, without a friend in the world.
You did a good thing, Larry. Yeah, well, I was just lucky that I took the day off from school. If I'd been there, they would have thought I had done it. So I took it kind of personally, see?
When something smells, it's usually the butts.
Anyway, Edgeworth and I talked after the class trial. That's when I heard his father was a defense attorney. I remember his eyes would shine when he talked about his father. I'm going to become a defense attorney just like my father. A famous defense attorney. Then, a few months later, he suddenly transferred to a new school. The DL6 incident. Right. I'm not sure, but the transfer probably had to do with his father's death. That's so sad. It was several years later when I heard Edgeworth's name again. There was an article about him in the newspaper. The headline was something like, "Dark Suspicions of the Demon Attorney." Fabricating evidence, manipulating testimonies, covering up facts. The article said he'd do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything. But why? What happened? I mean, that's not the Edgy I used to know at all. That's what I thought too. I tried to get in touch with him, and I don't know how many times. He never replied. I guess he didn't want to see his old friends. I couldn't just drop it, though. I wanted to meet him, to learn why he had become who he became. That's when I decided. Wait, you don't mean... That's why? That's why you became a defense attorney? To me, Edgeworth, that is such a stupid reason. If I was a defense attorney, I knew he'd have to meet me whenever, whether he wanted to or not. Gay. You're freaking making my auto mod go crazy because the beautiful part is that it's going to unallow unless it's going to ban you if you say gay with not four A's in a row or 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 A's in a row. If you do any you just put another one. God damn it, Diode. Why are you doing this to me? There's never been a gayer decision. Holy shit. I don't understand. Okay. Edgeworth believed in me, and I believe in him. He's in pain, and no one's on his side. I'm the only one who knows the real Edgeworth. I'm the only one who can help him. Whoa, Nick. So, is that why you helped me out for free? Yes. I helped you because I believed in you. Except I don't remember saying I'd do it for free. Aw, Nick. Nick! We have to save Mr. Edgeworth if it's the last thing we do, okay? Right. Guys, stop. Stop. That is too many asterisks. Asterisks are for role-playing. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. First, there's a rental boat shop caretaker. We need to find out who or what he is. I'd settle for who. I guess I could clean out some of the evidence I no longer need. Okay, let's go. Oh, I cleaned out evidence? I put evidence away? Interesting. Okay. I don't know what got thrown away. Oh, one of the photographs got thrown away. Alright, let's move on. We got some freaking investigations to do. Let's stop by Gumshoe, see if he has anything to say to me. Looks like Detective Gumshoe hasn't gotten back yet.
Gumshoe? He won't be coming back today.
Oh, really?
He said there was some guy he had to arrest by tomorrow.
Oh, right. He's not going to be here. Boat shop caretaker.
He shouted something about catching him if it's the last thing I do, pal.
Good luck, Gumshoe. Oh, shoot, but I don't get my things.
I have the metal detector. I don't get missile. Oh, I can't get missile to sniff the bird. Oh, hey, pal. Long time no see. Hey, I was just looking for you.
Oh, Detective Gumshoe.
Close one today, eh? I got so worked up I snapped my tie in half. Sorry about that. No problem, pal. Thanks to you, we know who really did it.
You mean the boat shop caretaker?
Look, I'll make you a promise. I'll have that scoundrel in my custody by trial time tomorrow. Come what may. It's my duty to you as a police officer. Now I'm out to catch me a criminal. Yeehaw!
Detective Gumshoe sure is active today.
Oh, one other thing. No one can go into the woods today. The woods? Where Lotta was camping? Yeah, the woods are off limits to camping, and apparently the park ranger found out. He got pretty mad. No one can go in for a while.
I guess Lotta's in a lot of trouble.
Anyway, I'll be seeing you tomorrow. It'll be a good old time. It'll be so much fun. Huh? Steel eyesore is missing.
Eyesore?
Looks like the hot dog stand is closed too.
I guess Larry's too busy worrying about Mr. Edgewood to show up for work.
Good, she deserves it for being Southern. That's mean. That's rude. It also just ticks off a freaking place that I don't need to go anymore. So good. Happy. Southern witness. MSH. My shaking head. That old caretaker got away. Yep. I never imagined he might be the real murderer.
Sorry, my voice took a little bit to come back.
Ahem. I know that clearing of the throat anywhere. Hello. What might you be doing here? Out for a walk. Mm-hmm. The days of my youth, like the scent of a fresh lemon, you see.
Mr. Grossberg, this is no time for idle reminiscing. Mr. Edgewood's trial ends tomorrow.
That is true, yes. But from what I saw of today's trial, Edgeworth should be fine, right? Well, I'm not so sure about that. Oh, what do you mean by that? Well, I'm not sure. If you find anything out, come out by my office at once. I may be able to offer some assistance. Thanks. Bye.
What do you think Mr. Grossberg was doing here anyway?
Who knows? Let's go into the caretaker shack and break into his safe. And find bloodstains, maybe.
Nobody's home.
Hello? Hello? Oh, what?
Hey, it's Polly. I wonder where your owner's gone, Polly.
Hello? Hello? What?
I can't believe he'd run off and leave his poor parrot to defend for herself.
Hello? Hello? What? Let's see here. Let's investigate underneath everything's cold. Looks like he didn't turn his heater on. Guess he hasn't been back here since the trial. I want to look underneath the table. That's where you'd hide the blood stain. Doesn't look like he used his kitchen much. You're right.
I guess the whole pasta restaurant thing was a lie.
What, you thought he was telling the truth? Oh, wait. We did learn it, didn't we?
That reminds me, Nick. Polly here knows the number of the safe, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Polly, what's the number to the safe?
1228. Squawk!
Let's open it, Nick. Come on.
I'm sure there isn't any money in there.
But hey, he keeps it locked, right? So there must be something valuable in there. She wanted to steal money from the old man.
What? Jeez, you're going nuts with the chat. Jesus. Nobody I didn't remember. Nobody typed it in. I didn't remember. I was so sure.
Okay, Nick, let's see what's in there.
She needs that burger money. Guess there might be a clue or two. The only thing in here is a letter.
A letter? Boring.
There's no name or signature on this thing. It's handwritten in very precise, clear letters. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth? Edgeworth?
Nick, why would Mr. Edgeworth's name be on here?
How should I know? I'm gonna read the whole thing. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. It also said, this is your chance.
Now is the time to get revenge on the two men who ruined your life.
The rest of the letter goes on to describe the murder plot in detail. How to kill Robert Hammond and frame Edgeworth. Calling Edgeworth out to the lake, getting on the boat, firing twice. This is exactly what I figured out today in court. It's all here, in perfect detail.
What do you think it means, Nick?
I don't know, but it looks like these are instructions for that caretaker. When he killed Robert Hammond and called out Edgeworth, he was following instructions.
But who could have written that letter? And what does it mean to get revenge on Miles Edgeworth?
Look, I don't know, okay? But one thing's for certain. This letter is an amazing clue. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. This note details the murder and setup. Fascinating. Can I? No, I cannot talk. I cannot talk to the parrot.
Ah!
What's wrong?
Huh? Oh, never mind.
What? Tell me.
Just when I saw the TV, I remembered. They're showing a Pink Princess special this week. See? That's why I didn't want to tell you.
I want to look at the trash can, not the TV, you fool. That fishing pole looks expensive.
Maybe we should bring it to Detective Gumshoe.
Don't you think the caretaker would mind?
Well, we could just leave him the metal detector in exchange.
Maybe we better not. Why would we do that?
Maybe I should take care of Polly, Nick.
You probably shouldn't just kidnap her. The police know about her anyway. I'm sure they'll do something.
Well, okay. Sorry, Polly. He says I can't take you. Nick is a big meanie.
Hey, now that Bird's gonna hate me. Let's look at these again real quick.
Don't people usually put pictures of fish on the wall to boast about them?
I guess so. I mean, pictures of the fish they catch, right?
Right, but don't all the fish on the wall here look really puny to you?
Well, you know what they say. You should have seen the one that got away.
Except the one that got away from us was the caretaker, and we did see him.
Why do I feel like we're having two different conversations here? You know what they say? Size matters. Anyway. Do I have to go back to the... I could talk to Edgeworth one more time. Hey, Edgeworth, how you doing? You look as grim as always.
Mr. Edgeworth, I heard the story about the class trial.
Class trial? What do you mean?
You don't remember?
No, I don't.
Your lunch money was stolen, wasn't it? In 3rd grade?
Lunch money? Oh, right. Yes, I seem to remember something like that.
Nick, I think you're the only one who really remembers.
Well, it probably only really mattered to me anyway.
Mr. Edgeworth, didn't you know? That trial was the reason Nick became a defense attorney.
Ridiculous. Gee, thanks. That said, it does sound like the kind of thing you'd do. You haven't changed a bit, have you, Wright? So simple, to a fault even. Well, maybe, yeah, but I think you changed too much, Edgeworth. Perhaps. Hey, Edgeworth, why did you become a prosecutor anyway? You used to look up to your dad. You said you wanted to be a defense attorney, right? I couldn't let myself deny reality like you. What do you mean? My father was taken from me, and you want me to defend criminals? I'm sorry, Wright, but I'm not that good of a person.
One suspect was apprehended in your father's murder, right?
Yes, the man trapped in the elevator with my father. His name was Yanni Yogi. He had to be the shooter, any way you look at it. Yet, he was found innocent. The defense attorney got him off the hook. That would be Robert Hammond. On that day 15 years ago, the three of us were trapped in that elevator for 5 hours. When we were rescued, We all just suffered oxygen deprivation. I had lost all memory of the murder. Lost your memory? Even now, I can't recall what happened in that elevator. That was the crux of Yogi's attorney's argument in court. He claimed Yanni Yogi had not been of sound mind due to the oxygen deprivation. Yogi was released due to a lack of evidence. Innocent. That's when I changed my mind. I started to hate defense attorneys. What's your relationship with Von Karma? He's my teacher, and a man who deserves respect. I learned everything I know of courtroom techniques from him.
So he's like my sister was to you, Nick.
He's a perfectionist in all things. In court, in his personal life, he's obsessed with doing everything perfectly.
Perfectly, huh?
In all the cases he has taken, none were left unsolved, and not one suspect was declared innocent. Ever.
But that's...
I know. It's possible some of the suspects were indeed innocent. However, it is impossible for us to accurately determine that in every case. All Von Karma does is his job, to find the suspect guilty perfectly. In any case, it's nigh well impossible to find a weakness in him. Should a weakness appear, he would do everything in his power to make it go away. Edgeworth? That's what you're saying is true. You're headed for a guilty sentence tomorrow.
He's right! Now's no time to praise the enemy, Mr. Edgeworth!
It's just a strange situation in which I find myself, I'll admit. No kidding. What if I show him the letter? Check it out. Edgeworth, see this letter? This came out of the safe in the shack where that boat rental caretaker lives. I see. What the fuck? Revenge? On me?
Who is that old guy anyway?
I don't know. Could he be an innocent defendant and you got declared guilty or something? Nice, right. But I don't remember that old man. Not at all.
So he was following this letter then?
Which means there was someone else behind it. Now is the time to get revenge on the two men who ruined your life. Two men, meaning myself and Robert Hammond. It also says, this is your last chance. Last chance? Wait, maybe he's talking about the statute of limitations on the DL6 incident? Wait, that old man.
What is it? Do you know who he is?
Yogi. Creepy Yogi?
Yogi?
The suspect in the DL6 incident, the one who was found innocent. Yanni Yogi was a court bailiff at the time. We just happened to be in the elevator together 15 years ago. Earthquake! Oh! The quake was incredibly strong. The courtrooms looked exactly the same as they do now. Before I knew it, everything was dark. We were there for so long. It felt like forever. The air thinned and the darkness closed in on us in that little box. We became unsettled. Help! I can't breathe! Quiet! I said quiet! You're not making this any easier. I ought to get out! Help! Get us out! Don't shout, you'll just use up more oxygen. That's all I remember. When I came to, I was in a hospital bed staring up at the ceiling. In court, Yanni Yogi's mental condition was called into question. They claimed the oxygen deprivation and stress had caused temporary insanity. In the end, the claim passed the court, and Yogi was found innocent.
Huh, but isn't that strange? This letter tells him to get revenge on Edgeworth. Why would he want to take revenge on you?
Right. Yeah? It's something that's been troubling me these last few days. I didn't know whether or not I should tell you. You mean the nightmare?
It's a nightmare I've had. A memory of a crime that I committed. It's even sweeter when I say it the third time in a flashback. A memory of murder. I think the time has come to tell all. For the last 15 years, I've had the same dream almost every night. Almost every night? I wake up fearful sweat every time.
What kind of dream?
It's a dream about my father's killing in the dark.
Help! I can't breathe!
Quiet! I said quiet! You're not making this any easier.
I want to get out! Help! Get us out! I'm gonna burp! Hang on.
Blip. Don't shout! You'll just use up more oxygen.
I can't breathe! You're using up all my air! What? Stop breathing my air! I'll stop you! Ah! What are you? Stop breathing my air!
No! Father! He's attacking Father!
Then I see the pistol lying by my feet. I don't know if it was evidence from that day in court of the bailiffs. In a daze, I picked up the pistol.
Get away! Get away from my father!
I don't know, that picture kind of looked like he threw it.
And with that scream, I wake. It's a bone-chilling scream. A scream that has rung in my ears for the past 15 years.
But that's just a dream, right?
That thought is the only thing that has kept me sane for the last 15 years. But what if I'm wrong? What if it's real? They say that sometimes people shut out memories in self-defense. Maybe it was I who killed my father.
What?
If you think about it this way, this letter makes sense. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth? Think about it. Yogi was really innocent. That's why he wanted revenge against me.
Wait, Edgeworth, you mean...
It was me. I was the true criminal of DL6. I shot my father. This is bad.
What are we gonna do, Nick? What can we do?
I don't know. I don't think there is anything we can do. Like it or not. If there's someone else who knows a lot about the DL6 incident, maybe.
There is, Nick! We literally got invited to his office like 5 minutes ago!
Yeah, let's go find him. There he is. That's his house. Hey, Mr. Grossberg. Oh, hello there. What's wrong? You look troubled.
No kidding! I can't believe you're not!
My. Just calm down and tell me what's happened.
It's Mr. Edgeworth, he...
I see. So Mr. Edgeworth dreamt he shot his own father.
It's only a dream! Only a dream!
I wonder.
What?
If that's the case, then why do you two look so troubled,
Well...
Also, consider this. Yogi quite certainly holds a deep grudge against Miles Edgeworth. So deep, he'd want to frame him for murder. This leads me to surmise that Mr. Edgeworth's dream was not a dream. It was real. As you imagined.
Miles Edgeworth threw the pistol to save his father.
The pistol fired, and the deed was done.
No! I don't believe it!
Yogi was suspected of murder, and his career as a bailiff was irrevocably wrecked. Thus, he sought revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Yeah, Ray, I can already tell what you're gonna say. I can already tell. Yeah, the weapon was fired twice. The weapon was fired twice. That shot from the throw could have not hit his dad.
This was his last chance, of course. What does statute of limitations so close by?
What do you know about Edgeworth's father?
He was a defense attorney without peer. It sounds trite, but it's true.
It sounds trite, but it's true. It sounds trite, but it's true. It sounds trite, but it's true. It sounds trite, but it's true. It sounds trite, but it's true. It sounds trite, but it's true. It sounds trite, but it's true. It sounds trite, but it's true. It sounds trite, but it's true. It sounds trite, but it's true. It sounds trite, but it's true. It sounds trite, but it's true. It sounds trite, but it's true. It sounds trite, but it's true. It sounds trite, but it's true. It sounds trite, but it's true. It sounds trite, but it's true. It sounds trite, but it's true. It sounds trite, but it's true. It sounds trite, but it's true. It sounds trite, but it's true. It sounds trite, but it's true. It sounds trite, but it's true. It sounds trite, but it's true. It sounds trite, but it's true. It sounds trite, but it's true. It sounds I may have had one peer now and then, now that I think about it. Your mentor, Mia Fey.
My sister?
Gregory Edgeworth was very disapproving of Mr. Von Karma's techniques. That's no surprise. Von Karma is an extreme man. Forged testimonies and evidence are nothing to him. The result, he has a perfect win record in court. To beat him, Gregory Edgeworth tried to call attention to his methods.
And?
He lost, and died in despair, as it were.
I see.
What if we find out Von Karma doesn't have a perfect record, and Edgeworth Sr. actually beat him at one point? And to call attention away from it, he managed to get him fucking killed. Put that in for later. When Gregory Edgeworth was killed, the police called on a spirit medium. That was your mother, Miss Fey. Von Karma might be the killer. Just freaking imagine. Okay, imagine. Did they ever say that that repair workers opened the doors for them? Picture this scenario. Picture this scenario where the doors open. Von Karma's on the other side. He sees everyone unconscious on the floor. He sees the gun. And he's so mad at Gregory Edgeworth because maybe he didn't lose, but maybe it was close. Maybe it was close, and it wasn't a perfect court. It wasn't a perfect verdict, you know? He's mad. He reaches down into the elevator, picks up the gun, and lets the intrusive thoughts win. And he shoots Edgeworth in the frickin' chest. Yeah? Yeah? And then not only is... And that would make more sense as to why the other guy, freaking Yanni Yogi, would think that maybe Miles did it instead. Because maybe he doesn't think that he did it. So he thinks that Miles ruined his life. But it was Von Karma the entire time. Am I close? Don't answer that. Let's continue. The one who shot me was the bailiff Yanni Yogi. That doesn't disprove anything. Yet Yogi was found innocent.
And that's where my mother left us. Everything called her fraud.
That's right. Everyone thought she was, you see. Yet now that I think about it, it seems the one who lied was Gregory Edgeworth's ghost. Gregory Edgeworth must have known who shot him. I don't believe it. So you're saying he falsified his own his ghostly testimony? That Edgeworth's dad lied to protect his son? It's only a possibility, mind you, but a possibility nonetheless. Interesting. Check this out. Oh, so this is the letter. It does seem that Yogi was following this letter when he killed Hammond.
But why kill Robert Hammond?
Hammond was a skilled defense attorney, but he defended clients not for their sake, but for his own. Huh? His own sake? He never trusted his clients, that one. The only thing he trusted was his own ability.
But he got his client found innocent, so why should it matter?
Actually, my dear, it's quite different. He won that innocent verdict for no one but himself. Yogi was a free man, but socially he was ruined. Huh? You'll understand soon enough. Wait. What is it? This letter. I've seen this handwriting somewhere before. I knew this would come up. Yes, a long time ago. Whose handwriting was this?
Do you have any idea who wrote this?
I bet it was Manfred von Karma, baby. Could it be Manfred von Karma?
Von Karma? Why would he have something to do with this?
Well, I'm not sure.
Von Karma. Von Karma. Wait! You're right, my boy. This is Von Karma's handwriting, I'm sure of it. I used to see it all the time on court reports. What? But that means the one who told Mr. Yogi to kill was... Correct. Manfred von Karma himself. What does that mean, then? Why would von Karma want to frame Edgeworth? If it truly was von Karma who wrote this letter, then he would know the truth. He would know that Miles Edgeworth has accidentally killed his own father. He'll say as much tomorrow in court, I should think. He'll press the point until the court finds Miles Edgeworth guilty. Oh no! But how could von Karma know about Mr. Edgeworth's past like that? Even Mr. Edgeworth thought it was just a nightmare.
That I do not know. Yet I do know that von Karma is both persistent and a perfectionist. He may be seeking to falsify a grudge against Gregory Edgeworth by hurting his son. Or satisfy an urge.
Ferret, yes, me!
The freaking... I just noticed the emotes like...
The big snoof.
It was 13 years ago. Von Karma met Gregory Edgeworth in court, and Von Karma did win. But he didn't make it through the trial unscarred. What happened in the trial between Edgeworth's dad and Von Karma? Yeah, Von Karma got the guilty verdict he wanted. He won the trial. But Gregory Edgeworth accused Von Karma of faulty evidence. And though he lost the trial, Mr. Edgeworth's accusation stood.
Faulty evidence?
It was the only penalty Von Karma has ever received in his career as a prosecutor. Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record.
Wow.
It must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see. I see. Yes, I see. Thank you very much for the follow. Look at all those chickens. They are everywhere, surrounding me for big old head pats. A vacation? Yes, an unusual event for the man. That was the first and the last vacation he's taken in his many years of prosecution. Oh, so we can discount some of those 4,000... How many was it? 400,000 cases that he's done in like his 4 years?
Really? He doesn't take vacations? Like, go to sea or to the mountains? Or to Disneyland? Don't tell me he's never been to Europe.
You have strange ideas about vacations, Maya. In any case, that was the only time he took a vacation from work. I believe the penalty upset him quite a lot. Odd. If he wanted to keep a perfect record so badly, why would he take such a long vacation?
What do we do, Nick?
Von Karma
is gonna bring up Deal 6. You can bet on it. What if Mr. Edgeworth pleads guilty to Deal 6?
I won't let him. Yes, Mr. Wright, I hate to say this, but even accidental murder is murder, you know.
I know that.
I just believe in Edgeworth's innocence.
I can't believe he'd kill someone. But Nick, Mr. Edgeworth admits it himself. His father must have lied to protect him from beyond the grave.
I don't care. I know he's not guilty.
Mr. Wright, if you say so, I suppose I could go check again. The police files might hold something of interest.
Mr. Crossberg, thank you. I can't promise anything. In fact, I think the chances of finding something are slim. I understand. Police materials. To the police! I'll say hi to you for a second. Mwah.
There's hardly anyone here.
Everyone must be out looking for the old guy. Ah, it's you. I don't think Gumshoe will be coming back today. He's staying out late looking for someone.
Sounds like Detective Gumshoe's pounding the pavement for real. We were wondering if we could check out the records room again.
Well, now, I can't have just anyone wandering around here. But I guess Mr. Von Karma's in there now anyway. You can go in as long as he's there.
Von Karma?
Yeah, he just arrived actually. Von Karma's in the records room?
Nick, let's hurry.
Let's beat his ass. Let's get in there and beat his ass. Boop, 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 boop. Just curb stomp it, Maya.
Dusty as always. We were only here just yesterday. I'm sure they just hadn't had time to clean. What's wrong, Nick?
Nothing. I was just noticing that he isn't here. Von Karma? What the hell? Where'd he go? There's an open drawer.
Huh? One of the drawers here is open.
Someone must have been looking in it recently. The label says, Unsolved Cases Evidence. Unsolved cases?
Nick! The file for Deal 6 is completely empty.
What?
What are you doing in here?
Eek! Front-facing Karma!
You. How do you know my name?
Huh?
Have we met?
He doesn't know who we are? What the fuck? What? What are you saying? We see each other every day, don't we? We're Miles Edgeworth defense team.
Defense team? I beg your pardon. You see, I really remember defense attorneys. They're like bugs to me. Needless things to be crushed.
I can see how this guy was Edgeworth's mentor. Let's have a little chat, my dude. Hey, what's up?
Mr. Edgeworth is your student, right?
A romanticist who still can't shed that veneer of amateurism. Just like his father. Always second-rate. Mr. Von Karma.
You had an axe to grind with Mr. Gregory Edgeworth, didn't you?
Me? A grudge against a mere defense attorney. Why?
Because he dealt a blow to your otherwise perfect trial record? So you did. What I don't get is, why'd you take his son under your wing afterwards? The son of your most bitter rival.
That, my dear attorney, is none of your business.
Tomorrow will be the one last day of this trial. It has been a while since I've had a defense attorney last this long.
Still, you will lose in the end. Miles Edgeworth will admit his own guilt.
His guilt of 15 years ago, you mean?
You're quite the researcher. If you'd done your homework so well, then certainly you must understand. You know what Miles Edgeworth will tell the court tomorrow.
We were right. So Von Karma is gonna bring up Deal 6 in court tomorrow. Shoot. We got your handwriting right here. Nana, nana, boo, boo. What if he takes it? What if he takes it? Check out what we got, idiot. Mr. Von Karma, have a look at this. This was you, wasn't it? You instructed Yanni Yogi to commit murder.
Yanni Yogi? How many years has it been since I've heard him called by that name? He's a fool. I told him to burn it after he read it.
So you admit it? You wrote Mr. Yogi this letter?
Yes, my dear defense attorney. Thank you for taking the trouble to bring it to me. You've saved me from a lot of needless hassle.
What?
Nick, what is that thing?
A stun gun for self-defense, usually.
Indeed. 600,000 volts will course through your body like a dog touching an electric fence.
600,000.
So don't worry. People don't die from it, usually. Now, give me the letter.
No!
No!
Whoa, what are you...
Nick, run! Ah!
Maya! Out of my way! Oh. He got us. The letter's gone, of course. And he took the DL6 evidence. All of it. Back to having no clues. Wait. Maya jumped first. Maya, is she okay? Maya! Maya, open your eyes. Maya!
The letter, did he take it?
Huh? Oh, yeah. Are you okay? Yeah, she took the first hit. Phoenix didn't even dodge. What a freaking dumbass. She gave him a chance and then freaking, Honestly, though, Maya, why didn't you go for the dick? Why didn't you just kick him in the dick? Or stop on his feet, at least.
I couldn't stop him. I jumped as fast as I could, but one shot from that thing knocked me out cold. I'm useless. I'm no good as a lawyer or a medium. I can't even call my sister. Not even now when we need her most. I wish I hadn't woken up at all.
Maya? There has to be some way I can help her. I better do something about her self-confidence first. Maya? She's holding something. What is that? A bullet? DL6 incident, evidence number 7, taken from the heart of Gregory Edgeworth. I remember. Von Karma was holding this when Maya jumped him. Taken from Gregory Edgeworth's heart, still bears clear ballistic markings. Do not freaking tell me it matches the gun. Don't even joke with me right now. Don't tell me it's the same gun. I'll prove it to you, Maya. You're most definitely not useless. I'll prove it to you in court tomorrow. To be continued. Alright, quick little bathroom break. I am going to do that really fast, and then I will come back. See y'all in just a sec. I am back. I am ready to hydrate. Very good. Yummy stuff. Water is great. Oh, man. Did you guys have any idea how awesome water is? Oh, man. I didn't even know. I didn't even know how awesome water was. Man, I drank soda as everything. I don't think I drank any water for a really long time. But now, oh, man, water's great. I feel like having one of those fridges that can just dispense it for you like at like the coldest that it could possibly be as soon as possible is really making the difference for me drinking more water. I can just go out, fill it up. Yum yum yum. We may continue. Ooh, it's December 28th. That's way after Christmas. This is it. Judgment Day. Today, things are going to get settled at last. A lot of things. What's the big idea?
Sorry, Nick. I only touched your shoulder. I guess the shock hasn't worn off from my run-in with the stun gun yesterday. Anyhow, today's the last day of the trial. Good luck, Nick.
Yeah, thanks, Maya. Edgeworth is looking glum as always. I hope Von Karma doesn't push him too hard. Ooh, oh!
What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I just thought I'd cheer you up with a pat on the back.
Maya, maybe you should go outside and discharge.
Right, good idea.
Try not to electrocute anyone on your way out. Whoa, pal! Was that Gumshoe?
Ah, fuck! What's gotten into that girl?
Detective Gumshoe!
Morning, Mr. Edgeworth.
Good morning.
How did it go, Detective? Have no fear. As promised, I've captured our runaway caretaker. I just brought him in. Took all night, pal.
Gee, what? Thanks, Detective Gumshoe. You must be tired.
Actually, after that shock I got on the way in, I feel pretty good. Reminds me of my favorite drink, Mountain Dew Voltage.
Yogi says he's forgotten his own name. That has to be a lie. Why would he want revenge on Edgeworth if he couldn't remember his past? He does remember, and I'm gonna prove it. I'm betting Yogi freaking kept that letter as insurance. Just in case things went this way, maybe. But he just didn't actually get the letter because I took it.
Court is now in session for the trial of Miles Edgeworth.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution is ready. Right. Very well. We have reached the final day of our proceedings in this trial. I ask that the prosecution submit decisive evidence. Understood. Come on, don't be awed into silence by every little thing he says. Very well, Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement. Right. Thanks to Detective Gumshoe's efforts, the boat rental shop caretaker has been arrested. In yesterday's trial, the defense asserted that the caretaker was the murderer. However, the caretaker has yet to confirm this. I would like to ask the defense to cross-examine him as much as necessary. Very well. Please bring the witness into the courtroom.
Frickin' heck.
Ladies and gentlemen of the court, I believe you all remember our witness. He lives in the boat rental shop on the lake from where he witnessed the incident. In addition, he has currently lost memory of his name and identity. Witness, why did you run away yesterday? The witness was not running away, as he will now testify. I see. Very well, please begin your testimony. Why I left court? I'm really sorry about just leaving yesterday like I did. I wasn't running away or nothing. I went to buy some food for Polly, see? I figured I got nothing to do with this incident anyhow. I mean, I need one of those motive things, right? And I don't got one. So my testimony yesterday stands as is. Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination, shall we?
He has to know his name. Yanni Yogi. You're Yanni Yogi, and I'm gonna prove it. This one I feel like I do kind of have to press on everything. You're sorry? Are you sure you're sorry? I went to buy food for Polly. Food? Well, Polly is a bit of a gourmand, you see. She only eats those high-quality bird pellets from France. They only have them in the big pet shop downtown. But you weren't arrested until this morning. Why didn't you go back to the caretaker shack? Oh, well, I got a
got lost, you see.
The witness has trouble remembering things sometimes. When the police apprehended him, he was on his way back to the shack. Yeah, right. Nice try, Von Karma. No one's gonna believe that.
I see. I totally believe that.
Please, Your Honor, come to your senses. You lost much of your memory, is that correct?
Yep, seems like it.
Then how could you know that you didn't have anything to do with this incident? Or maybe you're lying about not having your memory. You know exactly who you are.
The witness has testified quite clearly that he has no idea of who he is. If you claim he's lying, then show the court proof.
How am I supposed to prove what's going on in that old codger's head? That's impossible.
I'm glad you've come to your senses, Mr. Wright. Very well, witness, please continue.
How can you say you had no motive? I say you do. You had a grudge against Edwards and the victim, Robert Hammond. That's why you took revenge on them, right?
Please don't make me repeat myself, Mr. Wright. This witness has no memory of anything beyond several years ago. He can't hold a grudge. It's impossible.
I have to prove he's lying about his memory. Otherwise, it's going to be this same thing over and over until the trial ends.
Might I say something, Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor. You've been saying the same thing now over and over again. You've been calling the witness's memory of the past or lack thereof into question.
But does this really have anything to do with the current case?
Of course, Your Honor. The witness has said he has nothing to do with this case and no motive. Both of these statements are lies.
Order! Order! Mr. Wright, there's a serious problem with your claim. Or are you saying you know who this witness is?
Of course, Your Honor.
Oh, Merry Christmas. This is interesting. I would like to know myself. So who is he?
Don't play dumb, Von Karma.
Mr. Wright, please tell us the witness's name.
His name is this boy. His name is Yanni Yogi, a former court bailiff.
Yogi? That name seems familiar. Oh! Yanni Yogi from the DL6 incident!
It figures the judge would have heard of it. It was such a famous case.
But what does this mean?
Your Honor, if this man is Mr. Yogi, then he has a clear motive.
No. Jumping to conclusion again, Mr. Wright. This witness is Yanni Yogi? Fascinating.
Ugh, that was a hiccup burp. Jesus Christ. Ow, that hurt my chest. Okay. Karma, what were you saying? Bitch says what?
However, how do you propose to prove this to the court? This is a court of law, as you may recall. You need proof.
And allow me to repeat once more that the witness has lost his memory. Do I have the bit of information that says that his wife, Polly, killed herself? His fiancée killed herself. This is it. I have to do this now. If I can't prove he's Yogi right here, right now, then I've got nowhere else to go. Nick! How are you gonna prove it? How can you prove that he's Yanni Yogi? It's okay. It's actually quite simple. Your Honor, please take this man's fingerprints. Then we'll compare them to the fingerprints on file for Yanni Yogi 15 years ago.
I see. That makes sense.
Don't tell me he burnt his freaking fingerprints on.
I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright.
Why?
The witness has no fingerprints.
What? What? No fingerprints?
You see, before I worked as a caretaker, I worked for a chemical plant. I burned my fingerprints working and stuff. Yep.
What? Yogi, you sneak. You burned your fingerprints off to hide your past.
Well, if the witness has no fingerprints, I guess we will not be able to prove his identity.
No.
Well, what will you do, Mr. Wright? Seems that the case has been decided, no?
No. I know what happened. I know everything.
just can't prove it. But no, I can't let it end like this. I can't lose. Has to be another way.
There's no one who can testify as to who this witness is. No one!
Nick, what are we gonna do? I didn't even consider that he might have erased his fingerprints. What do I do?
Well, Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to cross-examine his parrot for a little comic relief, hmm?
Yeah, very funny. You're a sore winner, Von Karma. Wait a second. Cross-examine his parrot? What is Nick? No, you're not going to. Your Honor, defense would like to take Mr. Von Karma up on his proposal.
Take Von Karma up? On my proposal?
Yes, exactly, Your Honor. I would like to cross-examine the witness's pet parrot.
Order! Well, what do you think, Mr. Von Karma?
Need you even ask? This is a farce.
I object.
I object to your objection. You were the one who suggested I cross-examine the parrot, Von Karma. I have a right to do as you suggested.
God damn it. Well, if you're so desperate, then please be my guest.
No. Of course, should you go through with this and nothing comes of it, then I hope you're ready for the consequences. Nick, this is crazy. Well, still want to go through with your little game? Yeah, I'm doing it, bitch. Asshole. Let the parrot take the stand. I will cross-examine, Your Honor. Someone will have to pick her up from the frickin' shack. This is the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard. Von Karma's rigged every person's testimony, every piece of evidence, except the parrot. She's my last chance. At least, I think so.
Bailiff, bring in the parrot.
That is a huge parrot.
That's quite a bird.
Please tell us your name.
Name. The witness is ignoring me.
It must hurt to be ignored by a bird.
Very well, witness. Who is your owner? Please, testify for us.
Hello? Hello? What?
Certainly the most concise testimony we've had so far. I believe every word she says.
Right. What are you gonna do, Nick? I don't know. What do we do, Maya? Are parrots really that big? Oh, yeah, I guess, like, if I imagine a parrot on my shoulder, it would probably be this big. Well, I guess we should try to get some information out of her. We need to show the judge that her owner is here. Hello, hello. Hold it. What do you mean by hello? Witness, you can't just say hello and expect us to get anywhere. I want you to testify. Maya, you talk to her. Right, what do I say? Have we forgotten something? As I recall, 2 days ago... Polly, have we forgotten something?
Squawk! Don't forget the L6! Squawk!
If I can get Polly to say that here, it'll prove that the caretaker had something to do with the L6. Polly, have we forgotten something? Hello?
Squawk!
That traitor. That's not what you're supposed to say. Forgot something we forgot. Hello?
Squawk!
Uh-oh, it's not working, Nick. She won't say it. This is ridiculous. Why won't she say it? Something the matter, Mr. Wright? Wait. Don't tell me Von Karma expected this. He couldn't have retrained the parrot, could he? Did he train her not to respond when we asked if we'd forgotten anything? Can I press the... Shoot, I keep pressing A on it too fast. Hold it. You can't just say nothing after saying hello.
Witness, you're here to speak. You must speak to me. Frankly, I can't believe that you're speaking to the parent. Well, I guess we should try to get some information out of her. So I need to press on this again. What's your name? What was the safe number again? Could the safe number be a date? It was. It was 1228. Maybe I'll get her to say the number that's safe. Huh? The safe? Why? Let's just try to get her to say something, okay? Polly, what was the number to the safe in the shack? 1228. 1228.
My, what a reckless parent. Well, Mr. Wright, you aren't claiming that this number has something to do with the caretaker.
Actually, it does. That's why I had her say it.
How ridiculous. How can the number to a safe tell us who the caretaker is? Show us your proof. What could possibly link this number to the caretaker's true identity? The DL6 case file? What is this obsession you have with that case? Mr. Wright, where in this file is something related to that number?
Oh shoot, I need to look at it again. I didn't realize it was separated into categories. It was case summary. Yeah. It's on the case summary page.
That case summary?
Specifically the date on which the DL6 incident occurred.
The date of the incident, December 28th. Why, that's today's date, 15 years ago.
And the number on that safe is 1228.
Ah.
Use the date of the DL6 incident as the number for a safe, Your Honor. That's how important that date was to him.
I see. It certainly is an interesting coincidence. People often do set their secret numbers to dates. Bah, this is not a tangible proof. I set my ATM card's number to 0001 because I'm number one.
Hey, Karma, you've been to a Chase Bank ATM recently?
This has nothing to do with a date. Nothing. Indeed. Alone, it is a little weak for evidence in a murder trial. We would need some other corroborating evidence. How am I gonna find that?
Nick, we're gonna get closer. One more, if we could just find one piece of evidence.
Oh, I have to do the name too.
Very well, witness. You may continue.
So let's get her to ask what's your name, and then connect it to the name Polly.
Polly, what's your name? Polly, squawk!
Mr. Wright, I think we've established that the bird's name is Polly. Does this have anything to do with her owner's identity?
Of course. Yes, it does.
Huh. Fascinating. You claim that the parrot's name will prove her owner's identity. Then show us proof.
Nick, don't you think you're taking this bluffing a little too far?
Listen, we're not here to answer the question of who's the caretaker. We're here to prove that he is Yanni Yogi. All we gotta do is tie the name Polly to Yogi. Your Honor, the proof that the parrot's name reveals the caretaker is also the file on the DL6 incident. Let me just check the suspect data. There, okay, suspect data. This is it.
DL6 case file? That's quite a large file you have there. Which page is this proof on, then? Show us or stop wasting time. Very well. Mr. Wright, please show us the page. Where in this file is the information connected to this parrot's name?
It's on the suspect data page. This page has all the information about Yanni Yogi. Right after he was arrested, his fiancée committed suicide, see?
Indeed, it does say that, yes.
What was his fiancée's name?
Polly Jenkins. Polly.
Exactly, Your Honor. He wanted to remember the name of his fiancée who had committed suicide. So he named his parrot after the most common parrot name of all time. Not a coincidence.
I see. I guess that is possible. A mere coincidence, that's all. My granddaughter has a dog she calls Phoenix. Well, Mr. Phoenix Wright, does this make you my granddaughter's fiancé? She's only 7 years old! The one good thing Karma has said so far. She's only 7 years old. Not allowed. Thank you, Von Karma. I'm gonna kick your ass still. I think we've reached a conclusion here. This is merely coincidence, that's all. True, that is a possibility. However, two coincidences at the same time seems more like a pattern to me. What are you saying? Summon the caretaker of the boat shop. Immediately. Caretaker, if you do not stop lying this instant, I will kick you in the balls. Tell me your name. Wait, this witness, he doesn't remember. No, it's okay. I've accomplished what I wanted to. I'm done.
Nick, he looks totally different.
This is the real Yogi, I think. Finally. He's been acting feeble to hide his true identity. Now he's locked in. After 15 years.
Well, let me ask you again. Please state your name for the court.
My name is Yanni Yogi. 15 years ago, I served as a bailiff in this very court.
Order! Order! Yanni Yogi, so was it you who killed Robert Hammond? And tried to frame Miles Edgeworth for his death?
Yes, it was me. I did.
They put me on a witness stand 15 years ago.
Robert Hammond, he said I was mentally unsound.
He told me it would make me innocent, get me off the hook. So I pretended to have brain damage.
I was innocent, really, but he didn't believe me. We won the trial, but I lost everything. I lost my job, my fiancée, my social standing. Then this year, 15 years later, a package arrived. It was a letter and a pistol. The plan was written out in careful detail. It was a plan for me to take my revenge on the people who ruined my life. I didn't care who had sent it. I thought this was my chance after 15 years. This was it. Finally a chance to have my revenge on Robert Hammond and Miles Edgeworth. I have no regrets.
Wait a moment. Revenge against Miles Edgeworth? What do you mean?
I'm not at liberty to speak on that matter. Why don't you ask Mr. Edgeworth yourself? Anyway, I admitted I was the one who killed Robert Hammond. Put me and my pink jacket in jail.
On Karma, where is Mr. Yogi? Under arrest, Your Honor. I saw no room for error in his confession. And the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, is innocent. In this case, at least. Very well. Will the defendant please take the stand? Explode him! There are a few mysteries left unsolved. Still, you are cleared suspicion for this particular case, so I would like to pass judgment on the murder of Mr. Robert Hammond. Any objections? I don't believe it. Why isn't Von Karma saying anything? Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth,
not guilty. Man, I love that confetti. I'm glad that I spend about 50% of the court budget on it. That is all. This court is adjourned. Did someone just say objection?
It wasn't Von Karma. Wait, but that means... No. Edgeworth? Your Honor, I object to your judgment.
What do you mean?
I'm not innocent at all. As we've heard, Yanni Yogi killed Robert Hammond in revenge. But revenge for what?
Nick! Edgeworth is trying to confess. He's gonna say he's guilty. He's gonna tell them he was the murderer in the DL6 incident. I just said this all loud for everyone to hear. He's gonna tell them he killed his own dad.
Uh-oh, what do I do? Raise an objection. The judgment has already been passed. I object to Edgeworth's outburst.
Didn't something like this happen yesterday, too? I believe a sudden witness raised an objection after a guilty verdict was passed.
That would be Larry.
I knew that would happen. We must hear this new statement. We must hear Miles Edgeworth. He's right. We have a duty to hear Mr. Edgeworth out. Even though he's being a complete dummy, we gotta hear him out. For 15 years, I have had a recurring dream. A nightmare. It's only a nightmare, that's what I told myself. But now I know it wasn't a dream. Yana Yogi wasn't the killer.
You mean, in the incident where your father died?
From the distance of the shot, it
Wasn't suicide either. Everything was as clear as day. The murderer, the criminal in the DL6 incident, it was me. Your Honor, I confess my guilt. I am guilty for DL6, the statute of limitation of which ends today. The culprit is me, as I point at my friend Phoenix Wright. Fucking forgot my own name.
Order! Order!
This is certainly unexpected. The defendant declared innocent is confessing to a different crime. A crime for which the statute of limitations runs out today. I'm not really sure how I should deal with this. Bah, it's obvious. We hold a trial right here, right now. We try this man for his crime of 15 years ago. I think I would like to take a 5-minute recess. During this time, I will consider this appropriate course of action to take. Court is adjourned.
Oh, for frick's sake.
I'm sorry, Wright. I've just wasted all your effort. Mr. Edgeworth, I just don't believe it, sir. I mean, you kill your dad. I didn't want to believe it myself, Detective, but it's the truth. I deserve to be punished. Murder is murder, no matter what the circumstances. This is crazy. Just crazy.
Nick, what are you doing?
Huh? Oh. I was just reading through the court record once more. I'm getting my case ready.
Your case for what?
Huh? Isn't it obvious? I'm gonna prove that Miles Edgeworth is innocent.
What are you talking about, pal? He just admitted to it. He confessed that he did it. In court.
I'm sorry, Edgeworth, but I don't believe your nightmare.
What?
It's just a dream. It's not real. The truth is right here in this court record. In any case, tighten your belts. The real fight is just beginning. I'll prove you're innocent. Trust me.
Right.
Yeah, he confessed to having a nightmare. That's all it is.
Now then, I would like to resume our trial. Judge, Miles Edgeworth has admitted his own guilt. He has confessed his crime. Let us begin by hearing his testimony. Then, though pointless, let the defense do their cross-examining.
Can we please get this man put in a different room? Kangaroo ass squirt. Listen, it's because the laws concerning the things, the statute of limitations, freaking the court has to last 3 days. It's freaking horse hockey. God.
Well, it's unconventional for me. I'd like to run this one by the book. I see. Does the defense have any objections?
No, sir. Well, and karma. You know this was gonna happen from the very beginning, didn't you?
Very well. Will Miles Edgeworth take the stand?
Will the witness state his name and profession?
Miles Edgeworth, I am a prosecuting attorney. Mr. Edgeworth, 15 years ago, you mistakenly killed your father, Gregory Edgeworth. Is this correct? It is correct. Then testify about this matter to the court.
When Edgeworth was telling me about his dream yesterday, I noticed something. One detail didn't quite fit. That will be the key, but only if I can get it to work.
Please, Please.
That day, I had gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. Just then, something heavy fell at my feet. I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. A moment later, there was a single gunshot, then a scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. That's all.
And until now, you thought this memory was a dream?
We were stuck in that elevator for 5 hours. The oxygen in the elevator ran out and I lost my memory of the events.
Bah, the same claim Mr. Yogi has made. Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please.
Yes, Your Honor. I mean, he just confirmed a one shot, didn't he? Like, just now. Maybe get some information on this one, though. What did you do then? I was a 9-year-old, a boy at the time. What could I do? I was scared, trembling in the corner. But then... something fell and I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted some sort. There was a single gunshot. There were lots of gunshots. 2, to be precise. Are you sure you only heard one gunshot? Yes, I'm sure of that. I heard the shot and the scream, then everything faded. I was unconscious until the rescuers came.
I see.
No, Your Honor, unfortunately, you don't. For some reason, no one in this courtroom knows how to count but me. Look at this file one more time. It plainly contradicts the witness's testimony.
You do enjoy dragging out that file, don't you?
I don't accept this evidence unless you can tell us what page it's on. Look at this victim data in this file. It says it's quite plainly, the murder weapon was fired twice. Miles Edgeworth only hears one. Mr. Edgeworth only heard one gunshot. Yet the murder weapon was fired twice. The first shot was the accidental firing when the pistol was thrown. So, who fired the remaining shot?
Was there perhaps another shooter who fired that second shot?
Your Honor, as I'm sure you are aware, this incident occurred 15 years ago. Evidence is dated. The pistol did fire twice. However, we do not know when that second shot was fired.
No. It might have been fired the day before the incident.
There is no proof that the second shot had anything to do with this incident.
What? I see. You do have a point, Mr. Wright. The murder weapon was fired twice, as we have heard. One of those shots was fired by a dependent, a boy at the time. Do we have any proof that the other shot had something to do with this case?
Yes. Your Honor, I think I'll be able to show you proof.
What? Impossible. Now, Mr. Von Karma, save your surprise for after you've seen the evidence.
Very well, Mr. Wright.
Show us your proof. Do you have evidence that the second firing of the pistol is related to this incident?
Look at this photograph. Every time, it makes me laugh.
This is a photograph of the scene of the crime 15 years ago.
I could see the victim lying there is Gregory Edgeworth. Don't tell me to pull out my glizzy diode. Don't tell. Oh, I can see the victim lying there is Gregory Edgeworth. This proves the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. This photo proves it.
So let me get this straight. This photo proves 2 shots were fired? Where?
Your Honor, please get a clue. Show the judge the contradiction in the photo. Beep boop, beep bop. Hole! As should be obvious, the contradiction is here.
I see, a bullet hole in the door.
Your Honor, Gregory Edgeworth was killed by a shot from the pistol, yet there's also a bullet hole in the elevator door. We also know that the murder weapon was fired twice. Thus, someone other than Edgeworth fired that second shot.
Order! Order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at?
It's simple, Your Honor. At the time of the incident, 2 shots were fired. One went into Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other hit the elevator door. Remember that the defendant lost consciousness after the shot he fired rang out. In conclusion, we must agree that the second shot was fired by someone else.
Mr. Wright, but who could that someone else be?
The murderer, of course.
I knew I should have stepped in before your wild fantasies got out of hand. Mr. Wright, look once more at the DL6 incident case file. Look closely. Try the case summary page.
Do I actually need to look at it, or are you going to look at it for me when I move on? Case summary. No clues found at scene. Why does it say that? That is such a freaking stupid. Case summary, that's on page 1. Look at what is written there. Not a single clue was found on the scene. If the pistol had indeed been fired 2 times, then the other bullet would have been discovered on the scene. He does have a point. There was a gun and bullets. Bullet, apparently. The other bullet was never found. Hello, Flame Flame. Hope you are having a wonderful day. I am in court. I am showing this son of a bitch what for. I am going to hook my fingers directly into that freaking U-shaped mouth and drag him into the pit of hell where he belongs. Why? Because the second bullet does not exist. The bullet that claimed Gregory Edgeworth's life was the one fired by his own son. That is the truth of the matter. It was undoubtedly someone else that made that bullet hole in the door. Mods, send that man to hell. Kill him. Order. I will have order. Mr. Wright has proven one thing to us quite clearly. That the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. However, as Mr. Von Karma says, the second bullet fired was not found. It is highly unlikely that
the police merely overlooked the second bullet.
So, all we have is the single bullet fired. I'm afraid I have to discount the defense's claim. I praise the judge for his wisdom in this matter.
You are such a cuck. How did this happen? I don't believe that the second bullet didn't exist. Was I wrong? Have I been wrong about this whole incident?
What are you doing, Nick? Why aren't you raising an objection?
I'm sorry, Maya. What? It looks like I was wrong.
Nick?
If the second bullet wasn't there, then all my conjectures are for nothing.
No, but you said you'd do it, Nick. You said you'd get Edgeworth declared innocent.
I'm sorry. It's just when I saw the photograph, I thought that 2 shots had been fired. I was so certain of it. I thought I'd won. I thought there was another person, someone else, who fired the killing shot. But now, I was wrong to think it could be that simple. This case has stood unsolved for 15 years.
Nick?
Well, it seems that we have finally cleared up this incident. Only 1 bullet was found at the scene of the crime. That shot was fired by Miles Edgeworth. Precisely. I would like to ask one thing of Miles Edgeworth before passing my verdict. Have you been paying attention to the trial so far?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any objections?
No. No, I do not.
So you killed your father, though that was not your intention.
Yes, I did.
Oh no. He's accepted the guilt.
Very well. The statute of limitations on the murder of Gregory Edgeworth runs out today. Therefore, I must pronounce a verdict on the defendant today, right here.
Right now.
Indeed. Does anyone have any objections?
I've been here before. It's just like my first day in court. There's so many things I know I should be saying, but my mind's gone blank. I can't find the words. I can only hope for some random person to randomly just come out of nowhere and save me.
Mr. Wright?
Do I have an objection? Also, to answer your question, how long have I been streaming on Twitch? I started streaming like a year ago, and I took a really long break, and I only just started getting into it in the last few weeks. He needs Mia's giant tits to help him. Help me. Save me. Save me, mommy milkers. Save me. If there was a time to save, this is it. The thing is, every time I've said no objections, I've gotten a game over. Like, not in this particular playthrough. In previous playthroughs, I remember being like, oh, no, I don't have an objection, but then I get a game over. Your Honor, I object.
No.
Mister, I don't know what grounds do you object to. You being a stupid face.
Nick!
I don't know. His case is perfect.
Oh no.
Ah! It must exist. The second bullet. What? What did you just say?
Nothing.
The second bullet must exist? But where?
Someone took it.
It seems waiting is not going to produce any answers from Mr. Wright. Wait, Your Honor.
Mm-hmm.
The second bullet. It existed.
What?
But we just heard proof that it did not exist. I realize that, Your Honor. I'm really grasping here. It's just someone took it from the scene of the crime. That's what happened. But who?
The murderer.
A murderer? Then tell us, just who was this murderer? I'm still thinking about that one.
So the criminal took the second bullet.
But why?
Huh? First of all, how would they have found it? It's not easy to find a stray bullet, Mr. Wright. Was there some pressing need for the murderer to search for that bullet?
The murderer had to find it. Of course there was a need. That's why they took it. Bah, what possible reason could they have had? Well, the reason the murderer took the bullet away from the scene with them is... The murderer would be proof. Or the murderer was cautious. The thing is, the murderer, as we are seeing, is probably Von Karma, and it's starting to get more and more obvious the further we go. Cautious, I don't know if it's trying to trick me with the wording because he's a perfectionist. But the bullet would be proof? Or maybe they thought that the bullet would be used as proof?
Proof?
It was a special bullet, so they took it with them. If that was the case, then they could have taken the bullet from inside Gregory as well. Huh? Why would they only take one of the 2 shots fired? Oh, right. Don't tell me I'm gonna have to penalize you! Fuck off! This isn't going very well. What is my opinion on competitive games in general? I cannot do them against my friends because I will get extremely angry and swear at them a lot because I am bad at video games. But no, wait. It starts from here? What the heck? The murderer was cautious. Oh, well, the murderer was a very cautious sort, you see. That's why the murderer had to search for the bullet. If that was the case, then they should have... That is super weird. Why would they only take one of the 2 shots fired? Wait, why did he not need it then? The murderer didn't need it. Why would the murderer have spent the time to look for that stray bullet? I haven't got a clue.
What's wrong, Mr. Wright?
The murderer had no reason to take that bullet. You don't want to admit it, but it's true. Had to take it. Had to take it. The murder. That's what I've been saying. I said had to take it. But now I'm saying you didn't have to take. The fucking heck. Tits, lady. What's the matter with you? Can't you talk to me all at once instead of in the short bursts? What does that mean? You're thinking too normal. Think crazy. Don't think why the bullet was taken. Think why the bullet
had to be taken.
Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. I have no idea what I'm doing. Well, the murderer had no intention of taking the bullet from the scene, but, the murderer had to take that bullet.
Had to, Mr. Wright? What do you mean?
Well, for instance... For instance, what? Maybe the bullet, hit the murderer? Oh!
The bullet hit the murderer?
Just saying, for instance, what the... I mean, if it hit you, you would have to take it with you, wouldn't you? It's not like you could perform surgery right there. You know? Wait a second. I was just talking off the top of my head, but what if that's really what happened?
Let me get this straight. So at the time of the murder themselves was shot, and they left with the second bullet still inside of them? Thus leaving only one bullet at the scene of the crime?
Yes, I guess that's how it would work, yeah.
But there's a problem with that. The other two people rescued from that elevator, Miles Edgeworth and Yanni Yogi, were both unharmed. So that would mean...
The murderer came from outside, yes. It's why he had to take a vacation, you're right. The two men fight inside the elevator. Trying to stop them, the boy picks up the pistol at his feet and throws it. The pistol discharges, and the bullet goes through the elevator door and hits the murderer outside. The boy loses consciousness. Then the murderer opens the elevator door and sees the men inside.
Mr. Wright, you are truly the most unpredictable defense attorney I've ever known. I can tell you're grasping, yet I cannot deny the possibility of what you say. Shut the fuck up. What are you saying? Deny it! Deny it! No one involved with the incident was wounded. There was no murder.
No one was wounded at the time of the incident. He's right. I can't think of anyone.
Hey, Nick.
Huh?
I just thought of something really crazy.
Crazy?
Remember what Mr. Grossberg said yesterday?
Henry Edgeworth dubbed the boat to his perfect trial record.
Wow.
It must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see.
Yes, an unusual event for that man. That was the first and last vacation he's taken in his many years of prosecuting.
What if Von Karma didn't take that vacation because of shock, but took it because he was injured? Which would mean...
It could only mean one thing. He was the murderer in the DL6 incident. He was the man who shot Gregory Edgeworth.
It was Von Karma!
Oh, man.
Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You seem dazed.
No, Your Honor.
Well, you have indicated the possibility that the murder came from outside. Can you give us the name of your suspect?
Uh-oh. Should I come out and say it now? Let's see. Hang on, what were we trying to prove just a second ago? That it had to have been someone out there? I have a lot of penalties. Your Honor, there is a suspect. One lone suspect.
Well, this is certainly interesting news. Very well, Mr. Wright. Who is your suspect?
My hands are shaking.
What?
Von Karma.
Von Karma? What? You mean Dave Von Karma, the prosecutor? The one standing right over there? Bah. You don't object?
I see no need. Why honor this ridiculous outburst with my objection? Because you took a vacation for several months starting the day after the incident. Yet you pride yourself on a perfect record. Why would you take such a long vacation without any reason? So you're claiming that I took a vacation to heal my injury from the incident? Fascinating. Prove it. I would have need surgery, no? Where did I go under the knife at, Mr. Wright? Bring the doctor that operated on me. Have him testify.
Nick! Let's find out who his doctor is.
It's no use. Edgeworth? I know Von Karma, perhaps too well. He's perfect. He wouldn't leave clues. He's probably didn't undergo surgery. That would leave a doctor as a witness. Nobody's that perfect.
So what, Nick? Did Von Karma pull the bullet out by himself? That's insane!
No, he couldn't have. You can't just pull bullets out of yourself. Wait. What does that mean? That the bullet has to be somewhere, but where? Well, Mr. Wright, can you produce evidence to prove that I was shot? Alright, Von Karma, I'll prove it. And I'll even use evidence. I know how you like it so much. What? The evidence that proves Von Karma was shot is... Von Karma is perfect. He wouldn't risk surgery leaving an evidence trail. So then I ask, where is that bullet now? I think it unlikely that Von Karma performed surgery on himself.
You don't mean...
I do. There is the possibility that the bullet is still inside Von Karma.
Is that even possible? For all these years?
Well, there's one way to find out. We could use this metal detector. Well, Von Karma, I'm gonna run this over you and see what we find.
I refuse! You refuse? But refusing this means... You acknowledge that the bullet is still inside you? Order! Order! Order!
Your Honor, the defense requests that we allow to be used this metal detector. Judge, I call for a suspension of this trial. This is an invasion of privacy. The statute of limitations runs out on this case today. It was you who said we had to end it right here, right now.
Enough! I permit the use of the metal detector. Mr. Von Karma, you'll submit yourself to testing.
Nick, what does this mean?
I don't know. We have to give it a shot. Uh-oh! SpaghettiOs! It reacted! Something's inside his right shoulder. The bullet. Mr. Von Karma? You. It was you! I was afraid this would happen, and so I remained silent. Indeed, there is a bullet in my shoulder. However, it has nothing to do with this incident. What? I was shot in the shoulder long before the DL6 accident. I claim that the bullet in my shoulder has no relation to DL6. Well, we won't know unless we pull it out and match it to the other bullet. Oh!
But Mr. Von Karma, can you prove that?
Prove? Everyone knows that the defense has to do all the heavy lifting. I have no obligation to prove anything. It is Mr. Wright who must prove something here, not I.
Mr. Wright, well, can you prove it?
Can you prove that bullet in Von Karma's shoulder was from DL6? Course he can't. You don't have any of the DL6 evidence. That's because you took it out of the records room, you dolt. With no proof, you cannot convict me of any crime. So sorry, Mr. Wright. No, I'm the one who's sorry, Mr. Von Karma.
What?
You were close. One day away from freedom. But you see, I have proof.
What?
Who would have thought you would dig your own grave trying to convict Edgeworth? I can link that bullet in your shoulder to the DL6 incident. And here's my final proof.
That's...
A bullet?
Where did you get that?
This is the bullet used in the DL6 incident. This was taken from the heart of the victim, Mr. Gregory Edgeworth. The bullet is preserved quite nicely with all the ballistic markings intact.
Ballistic markings?
You may recall the term. It came up in the first trial 2 days ago.
Ballistic markings are the fingerprints of a weapon. All bullets fired from a gun are marked with that weapon's unique pattern. By examining the markings, you can tell which weapon fired the bullet. It's quite accurate.
We have 2 bullets in our possession. One, the bullet removed from Gregory Edgeworth's heart. And the other, Mr. Von Karma, is the bullet buried in your shoulder. We can analyze both bullets. Then if the markings matched, we would know that both bullets had been fired from the same gun. The very same pistol. In other words, the murder weapon that killed Gregory Edgeworth. Mr. Von Karma, you will let us remove the bullet from your shoulder. And then we'll compare the ballistic markings to those on this bullet and solve this case once and for all. Well, Mr. Von Karma? That scream. I've heard that scream before. Wait, I know.
Help! I can't breathe! Quiet! I said quiet. You're not making this any easier. Stop breathing my air! I'll stop you! Stop breathing my air! Get away! Get away from my father!
It's a scream I heard in the elevator 15 years ago. Von Karma, it was you who screamed.
Mr. Von Karma? Edgeworth! Edgeworth! Only you would dare defy me!
So it was you. You and your father are my curse! Your father shamed me with a penalty on my record. And you left a scar on my shoulder that would never fade. I'll bury you! I'll bury you with my bare hands! Death! Death! 15 years earlier. This is a good session. This is a good Phoenix Wright session. Chief Prosecutor, I'm sorry. Von Karma, it's not like it's not like you to make this kind of error. I never would have thought that Edgeworth would be the one to catch you. I was careless. I'm sorry, but you'll have to be penalized. I've covered for you in the past, but not this time.
Edgeworth!
It was shock like none I have ever known. Me? Penalized? It took hours for me to regain my composure. Suddenly I found myself in the darkness. I was in the court records room. I must have wandered in there without thinking where I was going. The room was pitch black. The lights must have gone out. I went out in the hall and felt my way to the elevator. I pressed the button, but nothing happened. Then there was a noise. I was in pain, a horrible burning pain in my shoulder. Just then the lights came on. The elevator door opened before my eyes. Wow, so they passed out immediately before the doors opened. And the electricity came back on. I saw 3 people inside, all lying unconscious from oxygen deprivation. Much to my surprise, a pistol lay at my feet. I knew then it was destiny. Bang. In his last moments, Gregory Edgeworth was still unconscious. He died never knowing who had shot him. Later, he spoke through a medium blaming Mr. Yogi. He was fooled. It was the perfect crime. Who would have thought another man would have come to open that elevator door? Judge! What? What are you doing? Do your job. Bring an end to this miserable charade. Now, end it! Very well. It appears that we have come a very long way to the end of this maze. 15 years later, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. You are innocent. You are innocent. As you said, it was all a nightmare. Yes, Your Honor. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, not guilty. Woo! Yeah, baby! Hell yeah.
That is all. This court is adjourned.
I'm actually all out of water now. It's a good thing we're at the end. Gumshoe quickly ran to the store to get more confetti.
Nick, we did it! Did you see his face? Von Karma looked even paler than usual. He's pretty pretending to be all cool, but inside you crushed him, Nick. Crushed! I gotta say I'm impressed.
He was pretty close, though. I was sure we'd had it.
I know, I was on the verge of tears the whole time myself. But now it's all just a good memory.
So, it's finally over, Edgeworth.
Right.
Yeah?
I'm not sure how to say this.
I know. Try thank you.
I see. Thank you. Right. You're welcome.
I think you could have done better than that.
Sorry. I'm not good at this sort of thing.
You got a lot to learn, Edgeworth. You come out with us to get burgers sometime.
Woo! Amazing, pal. You pulled through just like I thought you would. I'll never forget this. I owe you one, pal. And tonight, let's party. Dinner's on me. Yeah, my salary went down a little bit this month. But who cares?
See, Mr. Edgeworth, you should take a lesson from Detective Gumshoe. That's how you say thank you.
I see. Whoa! I feel foolish.
Don't worry. Take it a little at a time. You'll get used to it.
It's been 15 years since I've seen Edgeworth this unguarded.
Hi, y'all. Lotta. Y'all were great in there.
Thank you.
Yo, Edgeworth, congrats.
Thank y'all very much.
I knew you were innocent from the start, of course. Just look at you. You couldn't stick your hand in the cookie jar even if no one was there.
You were the witness on the first day of the trial, weren't you?
Yeah, well, that's bygones be bygones, eh?
Speaking of which, what are you doing now, Lotta?
Who, me? I went back to college. I gave up trying to be investigative photographer pretty quick.
Really? That's too bad.
Huh? Isn't that the hot dog guy from the park?
Huh? It's over, Nick. My life is over. Why is that face, Larry? What happened now? Oh, Nick, I'm not long for this world. You don't look sick. It's Kiancé. She's going to live in Paris. Paris, Nick! She's leaving me behind! Should have seen that coming. Yo, Edgy, there you are. Hey, what's up?
Yes, here I am.
Congrats, Edgy. Here, little gift from me in celebration.
Celebration? That's unusual for you.
Harry Butts, you came along tonight too. You come along tonight too. My treat, pal.
Huh? Oh, thanks. Looking forward to it. Yo, Nick. That's a suit that questioned me. When he says treat, that's not police talk for prison food, right? Right? I think you'll be fine, Larry.
Right.
Yeah, what's up?
That envelope that Larry gave me, it's got money in it.
Well, yeah. That's not that strange. People give money away to celebrate sometimes.
It's $38, right?
Huh. That's a weird amount. I mean, it's not little, but it's not a lot either. $38 exactly?
Nick? Wasn't that the exact amount of much money that was stolen from Mr. Edgeworth in school?
$38? No. No, Larry, it was you!
What are you so surprised about, right?
Huh?
Larry was absent that day from school, right? But that doesn't automatically rule him out as a suspect.
What?
Think back to that day 15 years ago. Larry took the day off, but he was bored, so he came into school anyway.
Then he saw the money lying there, and the rest is history. I never was good at history. Edgeworth, you didn't know, did you? I suspected. I just couldn't picture Larry protecting you like he did that day. Everyone else was saying you did it. The whole class was against you, remember? Yeah, too well. Right, you may not know this, but we used to have a saying back in school. When something smells, it's usually the butts. I know. Really, Wright, I'm surprised you didn't figure it out. Well, this sure is an unexpected turn of events, eh? Edgeworth? You should have told me!
No, Nick, it was 15 years ago. Don't you think the statute of limitations has run out, Mr. Edgeworth?
I'd say so, yes.
There you have it. Why, it's not the exact money. It's not the exact $38 that he stole. He probably is just paying him back. Why? If it is the exact same $38, I would be extremely impressed. But that doesn't sound like something that Larry Butts would do. Where does that leave me? Became a defense attorney because of what you two did.
Well, you've always been something of an insufferable emotionalist.
Yeah, and you get worked up too easily too.
Death! The death sentence for both of you!
Man, if only I'd known I'd have become a prosecutor.
The same goes for me, only the other way around. For the longest time, I thought I might have killed my own father. I thought I might be a criminal. I became a prosecutor in part to punish myself. If I had known the truth, I might have become a defense attorney after all. Edgeworth, want to switch, right?
Hey, y'all, line up. I'll take a photo. Hey, photo time. Let's go. And after that, dinner's on me.
Oh my gosh, we get a cute family photo. Detective Gumshoe took us out on the town that night. We celebrated Edgeworth's newfound freedom, even though Edgeworth himself was still in detention. Nick is gonna have to pay for that photo again. It'll be $38. Whoa, went a little overboard yesterday. My head hurts. Huh? Still only 5 o'clock. Maybe I should get back to sleep. Huh? What's this? A letter?
Good morning, Nick. You were really impressive yesterday. Seeing you, it made me think about what I'm doing here. I'm a spirit medium, in training, of course. I wanted to help Mr. Edgeworth, too. I wanted to help you. But I couldn't. I was useless. So I've decided to go back to my training. I'll become a full-fledged spirit medium for starters. I couldn't say it to your face, so I left this letter. Goodbye, Nick.
Oh no! She gone. Goodbye. What time is it? Gah! The first trains for the mountains have already left. To the station! I guess I'm too late.
Hey! Nick!
Maya! So, you're leaving?
Yeah. It's hard being a spirit medium who can't talk to spirits. And I think you'll do fine without me, Nick. Be good, okay?
Wait!
What?
I never could have saved Edgeworth without your help.
Huh?
On the last day of the trial, I heard her. I heard Mia's voice.
You heard my sister?
Yeah, only her voice, but still. It was at the very end when I thought we'd lost everything.
Well, that's my sister for you. Detective Gumshoe helped, and Mr. Grossberg, and even Larry. I'm the only one who couldn't help. I was useless, Nick.
But you were the one who stopped Von Karma, Maya.
Huh? I didn't do anything. All I did was wander around in a daze.
Sorry, but I have evidence that you did help.
Evidence?
Show Maya some evidence to cheer her up. The bullet! You got it! This was you!
A bullet?
Von Karma was convinced he had taken all the evidence pertaining to DL6. But you were the one who rescued the last piece of evidence we needed. This was the bullet that put an end to Von Karma. You were the one who gave it to me.
Nick! Thanks, Maya. I couldn't have done it without you. I'll be back soon.
Huh?
I'm going to complete my training and come back.
Okay, I'll be waiting.
Of course you will. You can't run that office by yourself. You're hopeless fuck!
I don't know about that. Why do I still have the bullet?
So this is it.
See you soon, Maya. Goodbye, Maya.
Thanks, Nick.
Wow. We did it. And so my story ends. Time to turn a new page. Say goodbye to the novice defense attorney that I once was. Now a new story begins. With the same old crazy cast of characters.
Don't think you've graduated yet, amateur.
Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to rethink that claim.
Yes, Your Honor. Uh-oh, I got a bad feeling about this. That's cute. Hey, credits. Why did he let them take the bullet? Why did they let him take a bullet? That's freaking weird.
Hey, pal, Mr. Edgeworth came down to the precinct to wish me a happy new year. Talk about a pleasant surprise.
Oh. Detective Gumshoe.
And he hung his head low and went right back outside. Kind of like he was embarrassed or something. Strange, huh?
I don't know. Maybe it's more that I'm taking the idea of the evidence. Maybe like it is accepted evidence, and then I still have it in my court record to present to somebody. Oh, who but me? I've been working at a cheese shop, and Missy's a nice lady, but she's not exactly what you call a cheap date, huh? Oh, she's in Hawaii right now. Yeah. Fuck. God damn it. But yeah, like I put it into the court record, they might physically have it, but maybe I can still like present it as like, hey, yeah, there we go.
Oh, right, yeah, I remember him.
Whoa, thank you for the bitch.
You know, not to ring my own bell, but I sort of taught him everything he knows. I'm sure he's grateful. Thank you for the 1,000, I can't read, 1,000 bits. Hey, I did it. I am hot, I am sweaty because I didn't turn a fan on. The computer gets my room all hot. Phoenix, right? Oh, the defense attorney for whom I wrote that affidavit for, yes. Oh, you should know. I've taken over management of the Gatewater Hotel lately. Should you be in the area, please stop by.
Yummy.
Yummy. Thank you, Dio. Nom 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 nom. Yummy egg. A single egg. Oh, you. Phoenix, right? Ah, yes, me, his understudy. Was he not? I wonder how he's doing. Haven't seen him as late. Ah, the days of my youth. Like the scent of a fresh lemon, you see. Good music. Good job, Miss Sugimori.
Phoenix Wright is an actor. Well, I'm not buying it. You can't be a star with a name like Phoenix. And you know that they're on DVD one, not that I know what a DVD is. Everything is supposed to fuck. Shit.
Let's just deal with lemons. Oh, Grossberg? I don't know. I've never noticed until you pointed it out. He does say that line a lot.
I'm pleased to announce the Pink Princess was ahead. I sure owe that Mr. Wright a great deal. Oh, and I'm keeping my face out of the public eye till the show's over. I wouldn't want to ruin any kid's dreams, you know.
That probably wasn't the voice I did, but I had to do it quick.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I gave him the
Sorry about that, babe.
voice.
I got a letter from Maya the other day. It sounds like she caught a cold standing under a waterfall. I want to visit, but she didn't have time, so I sent her some Pink Princess trading cards. She says she can't buy them where she is. What kind of place is she living in anyway?
The mountains, question mark? Is she just straight up in Japan? Hold up. We don't have bullet trains in America. How did she get on a train?
Right? Who's that? You want to talk? Let's talk Pink Princess. All right. But, you know, I snuck into the studio the other day, and I saw her. The one inside the Pink Princess suit. Ugh, what a dog. It's kind of a shock for a boy in my tender age. How dare she not be hot? What the hell? Stop.
Oh, there she is. Yeah, I remember right. That lawyer guy. Huh, me? I've been training to become a paranormal photographer. You know that picture I took of everyone? Well, just behind them, there's a ghost. For real. Now that's talent. I'm gonna be famous.
Oh, so is Mia gonna be in the picture too? Yep. Look at us all, man. Even Edgeworth is smiling.
Yeah, you're right. Gumshoe does have the confetti.
Beautiful. Yeah, baby. Let's freaking go. Save my progress. It better not freaking go. It's gonna go to chapter 5, but I don't know. I don't want to do episode 5. Episode 5 is a DLC. It doesn't count. Get out of here. Chapter 5 is a DLC. It doesn't count. I may or may not play it. But I know that I'm gonna take a break from Ace Attorney for a while because it takes a lot out of me. It's a big. Sorry, now I got the hiccups. Fuck. Where'd that even come from? Oh, I need a break. I need to play like a different game because this takes a lot out of me. This is like a big commitment to just go into and like for several hours at a time. I mean I started it because I was like, this is gonna be a relaxing game where I don't have to like worry about gameplay that much, and it did kind of solve that problem. However, I've noticed I just picked up another Dark Souls game to play in my free time, and I noticed immediately that my skill level at Souls-like games has dropped slightly, which is a little disappointing. Yeah, but it makes sense though. I needed that break, but I don't know. I don't know what we'll be playing next. I talked about playing Oblivion, and we might still do that, but it'll be hard because Oblivion is allergic to alt tabbing, which means that I won't be able to interact with chat if something goes wrong with chat, which would be a little bit of an issue. It doesn't have windowed full screen like a lot of games have nowadays. What else have I thought about playing? I put up a poll, but at the same time, I just don't know. Actually, you know what? I do sort of know. I have if I could literally pull up my Steam right now. If I looked at it, because the Dead Rising Deluxe Remastered comes out in a week and a half, and I think I might play that just for fun, just for a laugh, because I like Dead Rising and and I know some people are upset about voice actor changes, and for some reason people are upset about the blatantly sexist erotic category in taking pictures in that game. But I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. The game without that specific thing is fine. I don't know, like geez, I don't know why people are so worked up about it. I guess they're worked up about it because it's you're deleting a feature. Like, shut up. But I'll probably play that when it comes out. But in the meantime, maybe I'll find like a small game to play next week or so. I don't know. I don't know where we'll be going from here, but if you're here and you liked what you saw, you can subscribe maybe, or if you're here and you went, oh, this was cool. Where's all the other stuff? You can check out my VOD channel on YouTube. That is the Muffinly VODs, and you can see some of the other chapters of Ace Attorney that I did, because I did those and it took a really long time. Those VODs are lengthy, but you can also check out some of my older VODs from last year that I don't know if I'll it's just like I played Fallout 3. Fallout 3 was pretty okay, but it's been long enough that I don't know if I can continue that. Anyway, thank you so much for watching the stream. You guys have a fantastic night, and I'll see y'all next time.